Let me go ahead and start the Instagram and everything, and then start the Facebook. Y'all go ahead and start liking this live and start sharing. Start liking this live and start sharing. Let's go ahead and try to get to a. Start the Instagram and everything, and then start the Facebook. There we go. Y'all go ahead and start liking this live and start sharing. Start liking this live and start sharing. Let's go ahead and try to get to a. Start the Instagram and everything, and then start the Facebook. There we go. Y'all go ahead and start liking this live. Hold on, quick, y'all. Hold on, quick, y'all. Okay, there we go. There we go. Started on my Instagram. Y'all see what she said? She said, "Give me monies. Give me that monions." She said, "Give me that monions, y'all." I do have a gift goal, so if y'all see that gift goal, go ahead and start that gift goal. Start that going. Get that going. If you would like to come up and discuss, go ahead and hit that guest button. Because I know y'all be rolling in here, and I know not everybody agrees with me. Jim says, "Here's one." I'm not sure what that means, but go ahead and let me know. All right, y'all. We're at tell me there isn't a God. Hey, Jimbo, why don't you just come on up? I'm not even sure what you want to talk about, but go ahead and come on up. We'll go ahead and have that discussion. Go ahead and come on up, Jimbo. Because y'all love to talk in the comments, and y'all expect me to argue back and forth with you in the comments, but this is not one of those lives, all right? I may do an Ask Me Anything later, but this is one of those lives. High key too young compared to you for me to come up. I mean, if you're at least 18, you could go ahead and come on up because that's really the only rules of TikTok lives. You gotta be at least 18. So if you're at least 18, you go ahead and come on up. But yeah, Grayson, looks like Jimbo is scared. Doesn't want to actually have the discussion. That tends to happen for some reason. That always tends to happen. They're afraid to discuss, afraid to come up, which sucks because like I'm a very nice guy. You could ask anybody who comes up here, unless you just come up here being annoying. Yes, it is $5 to kick the guest off the panel. It is $5 to kick somebody off, either Venmo or Cash App. Yeah, so Venmo, Cash App, yeah, and Venmo, Cash App, and it is $5 to go ahead and kick somebody off. But yeah, go ahead and keep the likes going up, y'all. We're already at 1,600 likes, which I appreciate. Y'all are wonderful, amazing people. And I appreciate the continual likes. I appreciate it. I do appreciate the continual likes. And like I said, if anyone would like to come up and have that discussion, go ahead and hit that guest request button, and we will definitely have that discussion. Keep on hitting those likes. Let's get this to at least 200 guests or 200 views. Let's get us to 30K. Let's get 30K likes. Go ahead and keep on pressing those likes. No one's doing that. Keep on tapping that screen. Keep on hitting those likes. We will get a guest in here sooner or later. Sooner we will get a guest in here. Make sure to repost this. Go ahead and keep hitting them likes, y'all. Go ahead and keep hitting them likes. All right, we are now at 2,000 likes, y'all. I'm in live for a few minutes now, and we'll see if we go ahead and if we get anyone. If it seems that we don't get anyone within probably like the next 10 minutes or so, then I will hit a refresh on the live. If it seems that we don't get anyone within the next 5 minutes or so, I will hit a refresh on the live, see if we get more people. But y'all go ahead and keep liking. Y'all go ahead and keep tapping that screen. If you disagree with anything I have on the board, go ahead and hit that guest button to come on up, and we will make sure to talk about it. If y'all would like to get your own religion, do not recommend t-shirt, hit up skepticalthreads.com. I see a lot of these on there. Skepticalthreads.com is awesome. What's up, Laura? I see Laura joined in on the chat, one of my super fans. If you join, for everybody who's a super fan of mine, you'll see your little tag right there. Hey, Laura, what's good? Laura, you see your tag, right? You are now part of the cult. You are now part of the chocolatey cult. All right. My wife's gonna be so mad about that because I joke about building a cult all the time. I always tell her, hey, when I get 1,000,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna start a cult. she always gets mad at me for that. That's why I put that tag. Now anyone who's a super fan of mine is part of the cult. All right, y'all. Go ahead and like the live. I'm just waiting for a guest to join up, and once a guest joins up, we will be on our way to having that conversation, having that discussion. Yo, what's going on? Secular Smoke is in the chat on YouTube. What's going on, bro? Go ahead and keep the conversation going. Hopefully, we get some more people to come on, roll on in. Sometimes it takes some time for me to get a guest or for the algorithm to just send stuff out there for me to get somebody to come on up. But once that happens, we get it rolling. Once we get some opposition, hey, appreciate that, Laura. Once we get some opposition, it's gonna go ahead and keep on rolling. Rules of my live, y'all. If you say something that I see is disagreeable or anything like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and invite you up. If you say it's rage bait or call me a troll, hey, what's going on, well adjusted? If it's anything about rage bait or you call me a troll, or you just like insult my looks or whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and invite you up, and then we'll go ahead and have the discussion. I've done that plenty of times. Don't be scared. Hey, Kay, how's it going, Kay? I'm just waiting for guests. Might run some one-on-ones. Might see if we do a live later. Not sure. Not a panel later. Not sure if we will. Well adjusted in the YouTube chat. Secular Smoke in the YouTube chat. What's going on with y'all's? I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate the likes. We're now at 3,000. D Simmons, how's it going? When you say I'm in the files, what do you mean? Not sure what you mean by that, D Simmons, when you say I'm in the files. Talking about Epstein? You better be playing with me, bro. You better not be talking about Epstein. Shoot, that will earn you a block real quick. Ah, okay. Cool. Okay, he was just playing, y'all. He was playing. I got that quick figure, you know what I mean? He was just playing. But y'all keep dropping them likes. We just waiting for any opposition to go ahead and come on up. Haven't seen any yet. We've been live for a little bit. Last time it took me like 15 minutes to get any opposition. But after I got that one person, the live just kind of exploded from there. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of people started coming in once I got that one person. I guess he was like really popular. I guess that one person was like super popular. So it's like once that one person came in, I had a whole bunch of others come in. What up, Oppo? I appreciate the gift, Oppo. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But usually for these like first 5 to 10 minutes, for some reason, no one comes in. You know what I mean? And then I get one person, and it just rolls from there. It explodes. I think my biggest live ever was like that. It took me like 10 to 15 minutes to get anybody right, and then once I got that one person, it just exploded from there. You know what I mean? Daniel, how's it going, Daniel? Come on up. Rules of my live is if you say something that is either disagrees with my topic or insults me, I'm just gonna go ahead and invite you up. Now, Daniel, you didn't insult me, but I am gonna invite you up because you obviously disagree with what I have. So go ahead and accept my invite, and then we can talk about that. All right? Because I don't like talking to comments. Come on now, y'all. Come on now, y'all. I hate hearing that. Come on, just go ahead and come on up. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and come on up and go ahead and discuss it. Because I don't like talking back and forth to comments. I actually want to hear your voice and hear your opinion, because it's way easier to actually voice it than for me to talk back and forth, because it's gonna give you a limit of what you can say in the comments. So might as well just come on up and talk about it. He says that I have nothing to lose. I mean, what I have to lose, a lot of people will just say common sense, but I think what I would have to lose is my sense of epistemology, my sense of how do I know what I know is true. You know what I mean? Because faith doesn't lead you there. Faith is not a good pathway to get to the truth, because you could take something 100% on faith and be 100% wrong. And we know that from ancient times. You know what I mean? Which is why when people tell me I have nothing to lose by believing, I don't necessarily agree with that. You lose the sense of proper epistemology, in my opinion. I'm not even sure if I said that word right. Is it epistemology or epistemology? I might be missing a syllable. I tend to do that. But yeah, that's what I've always said, right? When people say you have nothing to lose by believing, yeah, you can lose your sense of what is true, or even your. Right, okay. Nothing new yet, secular. Nothing new yet. I'm just waiting for any guests to come. I did have a guest name, I have a person named Daniel in the comments, but he doesn't want to come up, so I just answer him here. All right, yeah, we had 100 views now, 3,000 likes, without having any guests yet. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Without having any guests yet, I'm already at more than 3,000 likes and 100 views. So you guys are awesome. Go ahead and keep liking it live. If it gets to a point where I think at 20 minutes, if I still don't get any type of guests, I'm gonna hit the refresh. All right. Thanks for spreading the word of glob. All right, y'all. If y'all would like to support me financially, my Venmo and Cash App are in the bios. My Venmo and Cash App are pinned. You can go ahead and support me there. I would definitely appreciate it. It is $5 to drop a guest. All right. If you'd like to drop any guests, send it to my Cash App, and it's $5 to drop them. All right. But yeah, when it comes to I have nothing to lose. I honestly have nothing to gain, to tell you the truth. And when it comes to nothing to lose, a lot of people would basically say that you have time to lose. You know what I mean? There's a we Oh, Dreadful's in the chat, huh? Hey, what's going on, Dreadful? What's going on, Dreadful? Appreciate you being here. All right, y'all. So I'm just waiting, y'all. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for a guest. Probably at 20 minutes. I'm chilling, Dreadful. How's it going? How's it going, bro? Probably at 20 minutes, I'm gonna hit a refresh because I think this is the longest I've gone without a guest coming up. Yeah, I think this is the longest I've had without a guest coming up. So likely at around 20 minutes, I'll just go ahead and hit the refresh button. The live will still be going on over on YouTube and over on Facebook and over on Instagram. It's just on TikTok. I'm gonna start it over. All right. So if it hits like 20, 21 minutes and no one has still come up yet, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the refresh and we'll go ahead and try it again. Everybody just roll back on in. Hey, I appreciate that, Lance Shark. I appreciate that follow. I appreciate you sharing the live out. Appreciate that follow. Appreciate you sharing the live out. Maybe you sharing the live out with a. Oh, okay. Well, we finally do got a guess. Ooh. All right, Austin. How's it going, Austin?
Oh, good.
All right, Austin. Are you at least 18? And can you give me a good reason to believe in a God?
Yeah, who created you?
My parents. My parents. Back in Haiti had some very sexy time in the 80s, and they moved to America, and I was born.
Who created your, well, better, how do you think the Earth was started by like humans?
It was formed from an accretion disk of gas and dust.
Okay, do you believe we were uh transformed into fish into humans?
Transformed from fish into humans. That's a very crude and like not a very good explanation of what evolution is. But
Are you an evolutionist?
what's an evolutionist? There's no such thing as that. You
Then
mean
are you atheist?
am I a person that accepts the evolutionary theory? Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a Muslim, so
All right. So even I know that there are Muslims who also accept evolution. You're one of the Muslims that don't.
yeah, no, I don't.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Well, I believe in Allah and I believe he created the earth, just like kind of like Christianity, but I wouldn't say that we have um evolutionized from animals to humans.
Would you say that you're limiting Allah because he can have controlled evolution?
Well, he could have, but that's not what happened.
I mean, like all evidence shows that is what happened.
So, do you think it would be contradictory for a Muslim to believe in evolution?
No, I actually don't. There are plenty of Muslims, Hindus, and Christians that accept the theory of evolution because there's evidence of it.
Well, I wouldn't call them Muslim or Christian or, whatever if they believe in evolution
Why not?
because they're completely contradicting their scripture.
Is it possible that the scripture is more allegory?
No,
Why not?
because if they're having a label as a Christian or a Muslim, that completely kind of substantiates how they believe in the Bible or the Quran or, the Hindu sacred text.
That's kind of silly. They can accept the overall mythologies and the gods of those faiths and still know that science is correct.
No, because it's kind of making your own religion.
No, it's not.
You do know, like the Bible is the only source for Christians, how they believe things, right? If you were a Muslim and you went against the Quran and its sayings, that would make you not a Muslim.
You can still believe in the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad and still understand that he was probably wrong about evolution, about how the
Well,
Earth started.
according to the Quran,
Mhm.
if you believe he's wrong, then you're going to hell. So,
Okay, well that's a problem for you. Then you should talk to a Muslim who actually understands evolution.
well, I mean, uh, there's, I wouldn't even call them Muslim, but sure.
Yeah, sure. You should talk to one of them. But yeah, evolution happened. Adam and Eve is a false story. You there, Austin? Austin. Yeah, he's buffering. We're just waiting for Austin. He might have gotten a call. I don't know if he swiped out. But Austin, when you swipe out the app, I can't hear you. But yeah, quick commercial break, y'all. Go ahead and keep liking the live and keep sharing. Keep liking the live, keep sharing. We're gonna go ahead and keep it going since I did get a guest. Ooh, he dropped out. Guest has dropped out for some reason. Kay, the Black YouTube channel is Black Atheist Coalition. Send me your email so I can make you an editor on that channel and you can start posting stuff. The Black Atheist Coalition, Kay, send me your email and I'll make you an editor and you can start posting stuff on it. All right, y'all. So yeah, he did drop out. Yeah, cows are cool. I like cows. Cows are pretty cool. Unfortunately, I had one guest, and unfortunately, that guest dropped out. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. We were having a discussion. He was saying that no true Muslim believes in evolution or accepts evolution, which is kind of crazy because there are plenty that do. They're like they literally live in Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Rod Giddy. I'm not sure what you're asking me there. I'm not sure what you're asking me there, Rod Giddy. All right, y'all. I do appreciate y'all for being here. I do appreciate y'all for being in the live. Y'all are amazing. Y'all, hey, appreciate that, Eweezy. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the cult. This mic is called for fine. For fine mic is pretty good. Said something about a black atheist dude. Okay, Rodgate, I'm gonna invite you up because I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about my YouTube channel, Black Atheist Coalition? Yeah, but Tomas, I have a. I've never seen that gift before. That is dope. I've never seen that gift. I appreciate that. I've never seen that gift before. But yeah, Tomas, this is a fine microphone. It's pretty good. I might buy another one though, because this one is kind of fall off the hinges a bit. So I might get another one. But yeah, it's pretty good. That's what it's called. It's called for fine. You can find it on Amazon and all that good stuff. Let's read some comments. Yeah, that was a no true Scotsman fallacy. Well, I just said I wasn't no true Scotsman fallacy. Someone said it in the TikTok chat as well. That dude's just doing a no true Scotsman. Oh, um, Rod Giddy, it's Black Atheist Coalition. That's the YouTube channel. That's my second YouTube channel. My first YouTube channel is Volsi Thoughts. So I got Volsi Thoughts and I got Black Atheist Coalition. Black Atheist Coalition is basically a coalition of Black Atheist uh, content creators. I gave them access as editors to the channel so they can go ahead and post things on there. You know, any type of discussions they have, interviews they have, anything dealing around atheism, etc. They can post on there. If they're going live, they can use it to go live as well. Stuff like that. Yeah, my bad, bro. I didn't realize what you were talking about. All right, y'all. Keep liking this live and keep sharing. Keep liking this live and keep sharing. What's going on, Surlata? I think that's your name. keep liking and sharing, y'all. We are at 4,800 likes, which I really appreciate it. That is awesome. Hopefully, we get another guest soon. We did have one, but they dropped off. But hopefully, we get another one soon. If we could go ahead and get another one soon, I'm gonna. If we can't get another one soon, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and just restart it on TikTok. Over on Facebook and YouTube, y'all gonna be seeing it still. I'm just gonna restart it over here on my TikTok because I'm just waiting for somebody to come in. TikTok, for some reason, it like it what TikTok does, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really push you out all the way, and then you have to restart the live, and then it pushes you out, and then you start getting more of your guests that you want. It's strange. I don't know why it does that. But if you're watching me over on the YouTubes or on Twitch or on Facebook or on Instagram, um, in a few minutes I'm gonna probably hit the reset button on this, and you'll still see me live. But I'm just gonna start it over on my TikTok because TikTok is weird like that. I don't know why it does that. But once again, I appreciate everybody being here. Once again, I appreciate all the likes and the gifts you guys are giving me, and any conversation that y'all would like to have with me. It didn't start on my second YouTube either. That is really strange. It was supposed to start on my second YouTube, but it did not start. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe those hashtags will bring people in. Maybe those hashtags will bring people in, or this could probably just be a short night. This could probably be one of those, slow nights where it's just hard to get guests. The MAGA hashtag is kind of funny. Yeah, Chris, you could come talk to me. Go ahead and hit that guest button. Hold on, real quick, Chris. Yeah, Chris, I went ahead and invited you up. You can go ahead and come on up. All right, and you too, Minsung. Come on up.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Chris? Are you at least 18? And
Yep.
can you give me a good reason to believe in a God?
Okay, sure. I guess so. You don't believe in any God. You don't believe in God in general. You're just atheist, I guess.
Yes, sir. I am an atheist.
Okay. Um, I guess for me, the big thing is outside of my own experience, but just generally, when I look at everything, there's really nothing that's made that didn't have a creator. You know what I mean? As far as like you look around, you look at like a building, you look at a car, you look at anything going by, they all got creators. And this is just man-made stuff I'm talking about. So then if you look at like the stars, the moons, human beings, animals, kittens, cats, everything, you just look at all this stuff. And to think that that came from like nothing, it just seems like a rational impossibility. Like it's just like one day it was just pop, all this beautiful stuff was here. It's like think about that for a second.
Uh,
How can you think that nothing, like everything that we see came from nothing? That's my question.
I don't.
That's how I believe there's a God.
Yeah, I don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe everything came from nothing. As a matter of
Okay,
fact, the Abrahamic faith say that.
right. So okay. So what do you mean? So you don't think it came from nothing. So what do you think it came from? Potentially or whatever.
I came from my parents. My dad and mom had sexy time in the 80s.
No, no. Okay, I get that. Okay, fair enough. But if you look at like DNA, even scientists are like, yeah, like this is 100%. It's so complex, like when scientists look at our DNA, they're like, this screams a creator, like 100%. Like
They don't
it's
say
like,
that.
oh, absolutely they do. Maybe
No, they
some
don't.
there might, man. They're now saying like it's so complex and so incredible that it's like there's no way this just happened. It's like it's impossible.
They don't say
Like
that.
it's
What paper said that? Is that in natural
well,
history or where is it?
oh man, I need to come more prepared because I know I've seen that many times, many times.
Yeah,
Like I've seen videos of people
yeah,
talking about it.
there are people who say that it's complex and should have had a creator, but a lot of those people are usually from places like the design, like the Creation Institute or the Discovery
No, I
Institute,
know.
and they're
I've
usually not
seen.
real scientists.
No, I get what you mean. I'm just saying, like, I've seen a few documentaries with like scientists, like actually explaining it, and like, it's a little over my head, but I get what they're saying, and these are real scientists that are actually like talking about this, and the one that was doing most of the talking was a former atheist, and then as she got further into her career and deeper into it, she's like, wow, like
Yeah,
she's like, I couldn't really deny it anymore.
yeah, I know,
But
I
anyway, I
know
can't
what
explain
you're.
it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about documentaries from like the Discovery Institute. They do that all the time. But there are people, yeah, sure, who both believe in God and everything with DNA, but they don't say
Yeah.
that these things necessarily had to have a creator. There are plenty of scientists who are still Christian, yeah, but
Mm.
like they believe that, but they understand and accept evolutionary theory and how these things came about to be naturally. They don't just throw the God in there.
Right. So are you more on the side of evolutionary theory more so than a creator, I guess?
That's what the evidence shows. It shows evolutionary theory. It doesn't show what the Bible says.
But the thing is with the evidence about evolution is that it's not that's what I'm looking for. It's not demonstratable, therefore you can't really use it as evidence because
Yes, it is.
their theory goes over like hundreds of millions of years, which is clearly not scientific. It's not demonstratable. How can you demonstrate that? It's impossible.
Fossils.
Yeah, but that's not that doesn't just because we have fossils doesn't mean that it's a huge leap to say, well, we have fossils that are whatever, let's say 100 million years old, according to some guy, right? But like to say that, oh yeah, we all came from these microorganisms that like that's still a massive jump. Like not even just a massive jump. It's like jumping over the Grand Canyon, man. It's like impossible.
But
It's
not
such a big
really.
jump.
Not really, because
Absolutely.
the deeper you go into rock layers, the more simple organisms become. If we were to find a rock layer where the organisms are more complex than the one like if like, because the deeper you go into the deeper you go into the rock layers, the more and more you see that organisms are simpler, right? Like they go simpler the deeper you go
Well,
into the
yeah,
rock layers. If they were to
yeah.
go into like one of the rock layers where you're supposed to find a complex organism or a simple organism, and yet you find complex organisms, that will go completely against evolutionary theory. But that's not what we find. The deeper we go into rock layers, we see simpler organisms until we get to single cells. You see what I'm saying? That's what we find.
But all
And
you're doing is looking further down the magnifying glass, in a sense, right? Like you're not really saying it's not real
no,
proof to say that, like
no,
for
that's not what we're
example,
doing. That's not what we're doing.
well, think what you're saying from a microorganism, like this little tiny thing.
Right,
We
right.
have
Hold on.
everything else.
Listen, it's not comparable. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about actual fossils, actually like rock layers in the earth, not cutting your skin and looking into the
Right.
microwave. That's not what we're doing.
No, okay. But how does that demonstrate that we came from that?
Because of genetics and morphology, we can see the morphology changing over time.
To be honest, that just sounds. It's again, man. It sounds like a massive. Like I'll be honest with you. If I'm a betting guy, and I don't bet, I don't bet. I'm not a gambler.
You will
If
lose
my
this one.
life or death, if my life or death was on it, say, okay, you got two options. It's
You
gonna
would
be
die. I'm
no,
telling you
no,
that
man.
right now. You
I'll
would
tell
die.
you right now, I would be full tilt. Like, yes, there's a creator, 100%, all in, no, not even a flinch. But I'll be honest, I think most people that are in your position would be a little nervous to go that way. I'll be honest, man. I don't know. Like, if you're putting your whole thing on it, it's like, man,
But
I don't know.
what I'm saying is that all you're doing is showing that since you don't understand how this thing works, therefore it
I,
can't be true. That's
I
not how that.
get it. I get what you're saying. I just think it's still, like, scientifically, like, it's a
It's
big leap.
not
Because
though,
again,
bro. It
no,
really
I
isn't.
get what you mean because some things are more demonstrable, like such as like things within kind. Like for example, like how you have a dog and a wolf, that's within the same kind, and you can kind of understand
What does
there's some
kind
sort
mean?
of like adaptation. Well, like a wolf and a dog are of the same kind,
Right, right. What does
right?
that
Like
mean? What does kind mean?
the same type of, let's say, animal or species or whatever it might be, right? Like me
So
and a dog,
species.
like humans and dogs are different, right? Like
Yeah,
completely different.
we're in different families.
Oh, yeah. So like you can call that a kind in a sense, no?
So kind is family.
Sure. I think that would be a rational way of putting it.
Okay, so kind is family and it's not species,
So
right?
how would we have come all from the same kind of thing, right? Like how we have all come from this microorganism. How could a microorganism from the beginning of time, let's say,
Hmm.
or earlier, to your point, right?
Yeah,
How would that have morphed into all these different kinds and species and
yeah,
different like,
that's what
you know what I'm
evolution
saying?
that's what evolution is. Since life, or from what we see from chemistry, it's geared towards survival. Essentially, it needs things. It changes and adapts to their environment, and of course there are random mutations, natural selections, things like that, that causes more and more changes to pile up, and then we get the different organisms. But we know
Mm,
that we're all related because we look at our genes. Like we
yeah,
share 99% of our genes with chimpanzees, 98 with gorillas, like I think 95 with capuchin monkeys, with baboons. We share like 91. You know, baboons, those aggressive monkeys that have the red butts. We share like
yeah,
91% of our DNA. And with rats, we share like 80%, which is why experiments always do experiments on rats before they do
yeah.
them on chimpanzees. And then after they do them with chimpanzees, they do them on humans because they know all of us are related.
Mm. Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Here's one other thing I'll say is that like in believing in God and being wrong, there's definitely a lot less to lose. There's nothing to lose versus the opposite in the sense that if I'm right, hypothetically, right? If I'm right, and there is a God that mentions about believing in Him and you'll get like everlasting life in paradise, right? Like the Bible says, versus not believing Him and the consequence of not believing, even if it was a 50-50 shot, you were right or I was right, just hypothetically speaking, or even if it was less, let's skew it more on your side. Let's say it was like 90-10 on your side. That 10%, what if someone said you had a 1 in 10 shot of like burning in hellfire for eternity? And but that's a simple change if you just start like kind of like looking at it in a different way. You get more out of believing than you don't than not believing. You know what I mean? Because it really either way, when you die either way, it's fine. Because if you're right, then nothing matters and we're all dead and that's it. But if I'm right, it's an eternal consequence of hellfire. And
You
that in itself is like a bad situation to be in. You know what I mean?
you
Like logically,
realize you realize that's Pascal's wager, right?
yeah, I think I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's no,
So
but it makes
how do
sense
you know
though.
it doesn't make sense?
It makes
Because
sense.
the reason why it doesn't make sense is because there are other religions out there. How do you know you chose the right one?
Good question. The only way I can determine was based on the fact that a obviously clearly I'm being honest here, heavily skewed in my own personal experience. That makes sense, right? Like obviously like growing up, like learning Christianity and things like that weighs into it. But then what I have noticed, one thing I do have like a small like a sample size of in terms of my own understanding is I've I grew up Catholic. My mom always took me to church and stuff like that. And I've had ups and flows with my relationship with God. And in the sense, and what I mean by that is there's times where I would consistently pray and then times where I went away from it. And then I noticed as many years went on, because I'm turning 44 next month, so I'm nearly 44. What I have noticed in my lifetime is when I consistently pray, go to church, and have that relationship with God, I noticed things in my life are different. I just noticed it's like things run a little smoother. I noticed that like I feel better. It's weird, like magically. But then when I stop, if I stop because I get busy or whatever, all of a sudden shit starts going wrong. Like like things just start not working the right way. And that's not going to be everyone's experience, but that's kind of God's expectation of me. He's going to kind of keep me in line with him, so he'll show me, hey, don't stay far from me, because even the Bible it says, keep me close in a sense, right? Always be with me, So I noticed because I grew up close, I find like, man, as soon as I take some steps away because I'm busy, like just it feels more turbulent around me. Is the best
You
way to put it.
you realize that's the sharpshooter fallacy.
Okay, so explain that one. I've never heard of that term.
The sharpshooter fallacy is like, for example, let's say there's a target on the barn, right? And each
Uh-huh.
of us get like I get like a huge gun, and then I shoot at the barn. I shoot at the target, right?
Yeah.
And five of my shots hit the bullseye, and then the other 100 hit around the bullseye. And then I go to you and tell you I'm a sharpshooter. Five of my hits hit the bullseye. You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, aren't you?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what the sharpshooter fallacy is.
yeah,
You're acknowledging the hits and ignoring the misses.
right. Fair enough. Okay, I get what you're saying. That's fine. I mean, like, it's one of those things that's really hard to fully for someone to grasp that's not inside like me. You know what I mean? Like, the other things I can tell you is I've definitely seen things that happen that, you know, I would say is not, I can call it, what's the word, supernatural, I would say. And not everyone can say that. Like, I've had a few scenarios where I'm like, there's no way that this would happen. Like, it's like, okay, so can I give you an instance?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. When it
Let
comes
me
to
give you one.
supernatural incidents, right? Like I don't deny anybody's experience. I know you experienced something. What I do
Yeah.
what I do doubt is what you're attributing it to, and how and what under what conditions could it happen, because people can be mistaken, people can see things, people can be deluded. That's happened to me plenty
Yeah.
of times where I've heard voices that weren't there. That doesn't mean that you're crazy or anything like that, or you need help. That just means
Yeah.
that your mind is working properly. You know what I mean? Now, it's not bad to hear voices. It's bad to hear conversations. If you're
Yeah.
hearing full fledged conversations, yeah, something's wrong. But if you hear voices or anything like that, yeah, that's fine. If you see something, that's fine. You know what I mean? But the only
Yeah.
other thing that I've always said about, supernatural experiences and miracles and everything like that, I've always said the same thing. Why don't faith healers just go work in hospitals? I mean, just go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, cure all those
Yeah.
kids of cancer, because there's plenty of Christian kids there, and they're praying. So go cure them of cancer.
That makes sense. I get that. I get that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I'll I'll try and make this quick. This last piece,
Sure.
like my brother-in-law, right? His brother does drugs, and he was big into drugs, and like I always kind of had this feeling, like you can call it whatever you want. I kind of feel like God was kind of pointing me, at least in my conscience, to like talk to him about God, because he's like kind of reckless, and I'm like, oh, I've always made excuses. I'm like, oh, I'll do another day. There's too many people here. I just kept ignoring it. And then like there was one weekend, it was like my, it was a birthday for my brother-in-law's daughter, and he was there too. And there was a lot of people, but I really had a like this push that the thought to do it. And again, I denied it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk to him, whatever. Because the thing was like, because he did drugs, I was kind of worried like for his soul, in the sense that like he's reckless. What if something happens? And my belief is that he doesn't have any relationship with God. So as a Christian, I believe that if you don't have a relationship with God when you die, it's you might be out of luck there, kind of thing, right? So I'm like thinking this, I better talk to this guy, right? Because something could happen. This guy's pretty in big deep, gotta Anyway, so I said no that day. It was on a Sunday. The following day, which is a Monday, I got a call from my brother-in-law saying that his brother, the one I wanted to talk to, what do you call it? He overdosed, and he died medically 3 times. Like his heart stopped 3 times, and now he's in a coma. So he's not fully dead, but he's in a coma. And I just felt so guilty for not, like, I was like, wow, like, where did that instinct to like really push it? Because I have other buddies that are not like into God, but for some reason, I had a push to talk to him. And I have other buddies that are like into drugs and stuff, but for some reason, I had a push to talk to him, and I never did. So I felt guilty about that. So what I did was, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, okay, when he told me this was the morning, I had to go visit some clients for work. So I had about a few hours of driving ahead of me. So I sat in my car and I spoke to God. I said, sorry for what I did. I should have talked to him. And I prayed basically 2 rosaries, which takes about 20 minutes each. Well, maybe 25 each. But I said 4, because I said 2 on the way there, 2 on the way back. So then when I met with him at the hospital after my trip, because I said, okay, I'm gonna go see this guy. When I went to go see, sorry, I'm missing a part. On the way back, I called him to ask how he was doing. Said he was still out of it. Doctor says it's really bad, because not only if he gets out of the coma, which there's a possibility that he might, but there's a possibility that he might not. Comas, you never know. But he said that the problem is because he, like the amount of time, I guess his heart stopped. He's almost certain that damage to the brain would have caused he might not never be the same.
Okay,
Based
and
on his
you prayed for him, and he survived.
Yeah, not only just to survive. So when I went to go see him, that point they said, oh, like they started noticing some signs about 10 minutes before I got there of some positivity. And they're like, he's not out of the woods yet, but like all of a sudden it just kind of came out of nowhere. They saw some positivity
Yeah,
in
they
the
see
readings.
that's great. I'm glad that your friend is alive, and I hope they're doing well
Yeah,
today. And like for real, I'm glad they're alive and they're doing well today because substance abuse is very very hard to deal with, right? Like
yeah,
I'm studying to become a counselor. That's one of the things that one of the
right.
people's that that's one of the communities that I definitely want to help. People who are dealing with substance abuse, poverty, alcoholism, things like
Yeah,
that, because they are very very traumatic issues to deal with, right? So I'm glad that your friend is doing well now and he's alive, right?
yeah.
What
And not just alive,
however
he actually had no brain damage, perfectly
perfectly
amazing. Like
healthy. Yeah, that is
yeah,
amazing.
perfectly healthy.
That is
He
great,
picked up
right?
and he quit drugs and everything. So
Yeah,
that was a
and
major
I'm
turnaround.
glad they did. I'm really glad that he did. So all
Yeah,
that is amazing, right? The only issue that I have is that number one, in medicine, this is something that we see all the time, right? People overdose and
yeah,
they get better and they turn their lives around. That's something that we see all the time, right? These are natural processes and doesn't
yeah.
necessarily mean something supernatural happened, right? But even
Totally,
if we
yeah,
were to say that, even if we were to
yeah.
say maybe it was something supernatural, uh what happens to the people who did overdose and they die?
Yeah, no, and that's a situation where it's like, and I know it's easy to say, but like it's one of those things where, you know, for everyone that it goes good and it goes bad for someone else, it's one of those things where it was obviously not meant to be in a way, right? Obviously, it's an easy answer, but like not everyone is going to get the same situation happen to them, right? And I can see why some people would be like, well, that's kind of not fair and all that, and you know what? One thing I've learned is life isn't fair, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's no God just because it's not always fair.
Right,
At
right.
least my
It's not always fair. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's no God, but then it's hard to kind of say that these cases definitely prove that there is one because then we can use the opposite case to say that there's not. Yeah, I mean
sure.
it
No,
makes
I
it a
get
coin
that.
flip.
I get that. No, totally, man. It's just it's more powerful for me because I kind of went through that experience with him, and the fact that I was like being pushed so hard out of nowhere. Like, why am I feeling like I really need to talk to this guy? And then literally the day after that happened, and it's like, wow. I'm like, and then the news of it being so bad, like the fact that he's in a coma and that he may never come out, and even if he did, he's gonna most likely be brain damaged. It was just like, and the fact that he came out of it unscathed, and a second chance. Sure enough, I did went and talk to him after the fact about God,
Mm.
but yeah, and honestly, I had another one that happened to me, but it was just directly to me. Like and basically what it was that I had like 2 years ago I had pain in my testicles, to be honest, and it felt like they were in a vice, which was really scary. And my wife's a nurse, so she's like, when I told her this, she's like,
All right,
well,
Chris, I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
I know it's a miracle session here. I know what you're saying.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
all
no offense. It's just that like
no, no,
they
no.
folks
Trust
don't
me,
want
this
to
is not what
hear
you're here for.
testimonies. Yeah, exactly.
No, no, true enough,
Yeah,
true enough.
no
Listen,
offense.
I'll
Yeah, I
say
mean,
this. I'll end on this. I'll end on
mhm.
this. Is that listen? It chalks it up to this: whether you want to see God or you don't want to see God, whether you're right or you're wrong, either way you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's kind of how I see it. Like God is real. I'll say that. If you flip your switch in your mind, I guarantee you, you will see it. You'll see Him. Ask Jesus to come in your life. You'll see it happen, bro. 100%. He
All
wants a
right.
relationship.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Let's see if we get somebody else to go ahead and come on up. If we do, then we'll go ahead and keep the ball rolling. Once again, I appreciate everybody who is here, y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I'm sorry, y'all, but I just couldn't do any more testimonies. That's not what we're here for. But I appreciate y'all. If anyone wants to come up and have this discussion with me, that would be great. If you can give me a good reason to believe in the particular God that you believe in, that would be wonderful. Tonight, it looks like it's going to be a slow night. There's going to be a slow night this night. There's gonna be a slow night this night, but just a quick commercial break. I do have a gift goal. Go ahead and hit me up in the gift goal. If you would like to be a super fan, I'll appreciate it. It's only $9.99. I think TikTok basically changed their entire format. So now there's no more tiers of this. But now, so now it's 9.99. It's just what it is right now. If you'd like to be a super fan of mine, I would appreciate that. If you would just like to be a fan of mine, go ahead and hit me up with the gift goals. I would appreciate that as well. You guys are amazing and wonderful. I'm going to put the join link in the chat. I am going to put the join link in the chat. All right, I have someone in my chat, in my YouTube chat, called. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and customize this and open that up. Boom. All right, let me answer this question in my YouTube chat real quick, y'all. All right, KJV Mark says, have I looked into Bible prophecy? Yes, I have looked into Bible prophecy, and they are not compelling or convincing. So KJV Mark, so KJV marked. I said marked. KJV Mark in my YouTube comments. Go ahead and click on that join button, the tiny URL to be a guest, and we can talk about that more. Go ahead and join us. If you would like to join KJV Mark, go ahead and click on that that guest button, that guest link in my YouTube chat, and you can go ahead and join me. I don't like talking to the chat. That's not what I do. So I'm not gonna go back and forth with you in the chat. Just come on up and we can have that discussion. And I know you see it because I tagged you in my response, so I know you see it. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and keep on liking. Let's go ahead and get the likes. Let's get us to at least 10K. I've been live for about an hour. I only had 2 guests. It's been a slow night. You know, I'm guessing this because it's Thursday. Slow night. Hopefully we get some more people up here. Hopefully we get some more guests. Just gonna be looks like it's gonna be a slow night. Let's try to get to 10K before the night ends off. I'm not gonna do a reset because we're already an hour into it. And once again, if you would like to support me, I'm going to go ahead and pin the goal again. I only have a pin. I only have a goal of 5, y'all. What's going on? It's only a penny. I only have a goal of 5. Go ahead and support me and help me reach my goal, please. And what else I was saying? If you would like to support me any other way, my Venmo and my Cash App is in the YouTube. You can go ahead and take a look at it. I appreciate you if you will support me there as well. Hey, appreciate you joining the fan club. I appreciate that, Randall. Appreciate that, Randall. I just have one more, and then I could go ahead and change my gift goal. I appreciate that, y'all. Let's go ahead and keep the comments going. If you are watching over on my YouTube, and you would like to have that discussion with me, the link is there for you to join as a guest. Let me know if it's working. If it's not working, I'll go ahead and put in another link. Not a problem. Oh boy. Shout out to everybody who's watching me over on the Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. Y'all wonderful. All right, Well Adjusted sees the link. So Well Adjusted sees the link. So KJV Mark, you have no excuse. The link is there. So if you would like to actually discuss whatever you like to discuss with me, because I'm not impressed with so-called biblical prophecies, you can go ahead and come on up and we could talk about it. And that goes for anybody who's on the YouTube as well. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and keep liking. Let's try to get to 10K before we end the night off. Looks like this is gonna be a slow night. It's been kind of tough getting guests in. But regardless, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all having the time and the patience with me. Y'all really do appreciate it. I was going to say to please subscribe to the YouTube as well. Please subscribe to the YouTube. when you see the live ends, go ahead and go over to the YouTube channel. Um, Watch a few minutes of rewatching the live. Go ahead and like it as well. That gets me into the algorithm. It gets me into the algorithm. I am trying to become a YouTube partner. Send the channel out to anybody that you know so they can subscribe and they can come in and have the discussion as well. Anybody who is coming in right now who would like to talk about what I have on the board, please hit that guest button and we can talk about what I have on the board. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. Once again, shout out to Well Adjusted in my YouTube chat. Shout out to Secular Smoke in the YouTube chat. And it looks like KJV Mark did not want any smoke because he he asked me if what I thought about biblical prophecy. I told him in the chat. I invited him up, and nowhere to be found. He is gone. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stay on the live for maybe another 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and get out of here. If y'all have any questions for me, y'all can go ahead and just ask them in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and stay live for another few minutes, and then might just go ahead and get out of here because it seems like it's a really slow night. It's been difficult getting guests up. Thinking, should I do a reset? I said I wouldn't do a reset, but I may have to just because of it's been difficult for us to get anybody. Yeah. KJV Mark didn't want any smoke, so he just disappeared and didn't come up. Oh, he's still there. He's still here. He said that in my YouTube chat. So KJV Mark, go ahead and click on that guest button. It says it right there. It says tinyurl.com/VolseyGuest1. If you could go ahead and click on that, it's in my description as well. Then you'll be able to go ahead and become a guest, and we can talk more. Because I do not talk to comments. Just gonna pin the gift gold one more time. If y'all see that gift gold, y'all go ahead and help me hit that. Help me hit that gift goal. I'm definitely open to having the discussion, Mark, but just because the Bible says something doesn't make it true. Yeah, Kay, I may refresh if no one comes in the next few minutes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the TikTok and refresh it, and then we'll start over. So KJV, I'm more than willing to have the conversation, but you just can't come up here and expect me to accept it just because the Bible says so. That's not how I operate. That's not how anybody should operate, tell you the truth. And like I said, I'm not going to go back and forth in the comments. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh it at 10K. Once we hit 10K, I'm going to go ahead and refresh and come back. I will refresh at 10K. Once we hit that 10K, I'm going to go ahead and refresh it and come right back on. I'm going to keep the live going over on the YouTube and the Facebook side. Over on the YouTube and the Facebook side, I'm going to keep the live going. So over on YouTube and Facebook, y'all going to still see the live up. I'm just restarting it over on my TikTok because just tough getting some guests. All right. All right, y'all. So we are at 10K likes over on my TikTok. I'm going to refresh and start this over. Hey T, I see you. I see you there. Go ahead and join me again because I'm going to refresh this. And once I come back in, let me know the uh if y'all saw the notification for the live. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and refresh and come on back. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in just a few minutes. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, well, just like how you said, he's gonna be need to substantiate that. He's definitely gonna need to substantiate that. So, all right, y'all. I'm just gonna give it a second, and then I'm gonna go ahead and restart the TikTok live. All right, y'all. I'm gonna give it a second. I'm gonna restart the TikTok live in a moment. I'll be right back. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and restart the live over on my TikTok now, and hopefully we could get some guests in. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get us some guests in. All right, Mark KJV. I'm still here, Mark KJV. Hey, what's going on, Kayla? Appreciate you being here, Kayla. Okay, let's go ahead and start running those likes up. Let's go ahead and try to get this to 1,000. I'm still waiting on KJV Mark to come through, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't think he's coming through. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue the party. Let's keep it going. Start liking the live and start sharing. Start liking the live and start sharing. I gotta show off my shirt, man. Somehow, some way. Hold on. Let me see if I can show this off. All right, that should be a little better. There we go. That should be a little better. Now y'all see the shirt, right? It says religion, do not recommend, would not recommend. That's what the shirt says. The shirt says religion, would not recommend. Y'all check out Skeptical Threads. Y'all check out Skeptical Threads. It is an amazing shop. Y'all go ahead and check that out for. It's a good shop for. Hold on, real quick. There we go. It's a great shop for non-believers. Y'all go ahead and check that out. All right, y'all go ahead and start liking the live. Start liking the live and start sharing. Start liking the live and start sharing. We are back at it. We are back at it. We are back at it. Appreciate you, Well Adjusted, for keeping the chat going. We're just waiting for any more guests to come in. If you disagree with what I have on the board, please go ahead and come on up. I would love to have a conversation with you. Please go ahead and come on up. I would love to have a conversation with you. There is someone in my chat that says Christ is Lord. Go ahead and come on up, bro. Definitely would like to talk to someone who thinks Christ is Lord, because I think Christ is corpse. I think Christ is a corpse. So I would definitely love to talk to someone who think that Christ is Lord. Go ahead and come on up. If you would like to have this conversation with me, if you would like to give me a good reason to believe in any type of God, depends on how you define it, as a matter of fact. What up, Daniel? I appreciate that. What up, Kayla? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. Ha. Appreciate that, Daniel. This comes from skepticalthreads.com. The link is in my bio to get 20% off when you hit the purchase button. Is it 15% or 20%? Yeah, my affiliate link is 20%. So the link is in my bio. My affiliate link is 20%. You could get your own religion would not recommend t-shirt. All right? Go ahead and check my bio out. Hit that affiliate link, and you could get 20% off on your religion would not recommend on skepticalthreads.com. She's not even paying me to promote this, but I'm just going to go ahead and promote it anyway, because I love that shop. I just learned about it the other day. But y'all go ahead and, we're already at 1,000 likes. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank y'all so much for making me to 1,000 likes. And y'all, I only have one more heart for the gift goal. I just need one more heart for the gift goal, and then I could go ahead and change the goal up. Let's go ahead and run them likes up. If you would like to talk about what I have on the board, go ahead and hit that like button and come on up, and we will talk about it. And I have achieved the goal. Hey, y'all, appreciate it. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping me hit that goal. We're going to go ahead and change that goal up now. We're going to go ahead and change that goal up. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. New goal up. I appreciate it. New goal up. New goal up. All right, y'all. I know there are people who are coming in who do not agree with me. So if you disagree with something I have on the board, do not be shy. I'm not a mean guy. I am not a mean guy. I like to have genuine conversations. I like to talk about these things. This month is my religion month. Next month is going to be my political month. As a matter of fact, since Thanksgiving is coming up, I think in Thanksgiving, that weekend, I'm not sure about going live that weekend, that Thanksgiving weekend. Should I? I'm not sure if I'm going to go live this Thanksgiving weekend, because folks going to be with family. I may go live maybe day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is definitely, I'm definitely not. Thanksgiving, maybe if I like take an edible or something, then I'll go live. What's going on, Amos 504? I see you in my chat. I see you with the looking eyes. Amo 504, what is going on? I am here. If you would like to talk about what I have on the board, hit that guest button. If you over on the YouTube or the Twitch, go ahead and hit that button as well. You can see the link and in the description. Oh, I was talking to my my YouTube. By the way, what, Amo? By the way, what? Let me know. All right, Charlie. I'll keep tapping that screen. Keep tapping that screen. We're just waiting for any more guests to come up. I do see there are people here who are slowly coming in that are part of my fan club. You guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all for being part of my fan club. Y'all go ahead and y'all go ahead and keep sliding in. Go ahead and come on up. I might switch to politics early. Maybe tomorrow I should do more because next week is Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I might switch to politics early. Day out. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go live next Thursday because it's gonna be family time. But next Friday and Saturday, yeah, definitely. Next Friday and Saturday, definitely. Yeah. So next Friday and Saturday, I'm definitely gonna be live. But next Thursday, I already know folks is gonna be with families and stuff like that. So there's not gonna be any time for us to argue. Hell, I might go live or earlier in the day though, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get any guests because people are gonna be cooking and shit. So it's not gonna be any good reason to do that. There's no reason to be live then. All right, y'all. Yeah, this is a slow night. This is a very very slow night. Looks like this is gonna be one of those slow nights that it just ends early. You know, like it's gonna be one of those slow nights, y'all. And I'm not getting anyone over on the YouTube chat either. So this might just be one of those slow nights. So this is one of those slow nights. That's all good and well. We get those sometimes. Sometimes we do get slow nights, and you know, just difficult to get guests. Yeah, sometimes we get a slow night, and it's difficult to get guests. So yeah, it happens. Just like well adjusted over in my YouTube chat said, it does happen sometimes, and yeah, he's right. Sometimes it does happen. We just get slow nights. We just get slow nights, and it's difficult to get any guests. It's difficult to get anybody to come through. All right. So if you are sliding on in now, and you see the topic on the board, what up, Tony Watts? If you are in the Yeah, I can definitely make my points without guests, Amo. It's just that having guests, this is one of those discussion type of lives. You know what I mean? I want people to come on in and talk and discuss. But so if I don't have any of those guests, it's kind of hard to make any points. Now I do have this as well. I do have this as a header as well. You know what I mean? It makes it a little bit more provocative. Makes it more people wanna come in. A little bit more. That one makes it a little bit more provocative. More people come in. Yeah, right. Well adjusted. I don't like pontificating. What I need to do is I need to put my Google Voice number on here because I do got a Google Voice number. I do got a phone number. So I should put my phone number in here so when people are in the YouTube chat, they can actually call the number and call in. I need to start doing that. There is a thing called a guest line, but the guest line, it the guest line, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for that, and I don't do this full time. You know what I mean? I clock in, clock out. I got other bills to pay, so I'm gonna use my Google Voice number first and have people call in instead of you know paying for a phone line. I'm not gonna do that yet. But yeah, y'all, this seems like a slow night. I usually go on at 7:30. I decided to go on earlier because, I still work tomorrow. So that's why I decided to come on earlier. But it seems like this is gonna be one of those really slow nights, unless I put the phone number on the screen. Let's keep liking alive, y'all. Let's keep liking alive. Share this out to anybody who could share this out to. Let's hope we can get some guests in. And I really think I'm gonna go ahead and put my phone number, the phone number up, the Google Voice number. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the Google Voice number up. Just try that. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where's Google Voice? There's the Google Voice. But yeah, we are here. We are just waiting for any guests to come up. And I appreciate anybody who would like to come up and have this discussion with me. If you would like to come on up and have this discussion, I will appreciate it. Or if you would like to call in. We're going to see how this goes, y'all, over on my YouTube. We're going to see how this goes, y'all. I'm not sure if y'all can see that on my YouTube, but yeah, I got the voice number up now. I got the Google Voice number up now, and I got it up on my TikTok as well. We're gonna see if people can actually hear it though. I should probably test that out. It's visible? Alright, cool. Since it's visible, now whenever we see people coming in, let's see if they'll actually come on in and talk. Let's see. We shall see. We shall see. All right, y'all. The phone number to call in is pinned. The phone number to call in is pinned. We're going to see if we get any guests. It is in the chat. We're going to see if we get anybody who would like to call in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep that up. I'm gonna keep this call-in number up. Oh, she said they scared. She said they is scared. They is scared to come in, y'alls. They is scared to call in. She said they is scared to call in. She done called y'all cowards. There's Kay. I'll bring Kay up for a little bit. Kay, what's going on, Kay?
I'm not scared to call in, so what's good?
Oh, man. You know how that go, Kay.
Oh my God, I play too much. I really do.
Oh man, you be playing, man. But it's all it's all good and well. It's all good and well. I'm just gotta go ahead and just wait on them. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they do.
I'm gonna show my live status to see if that helps me being up here. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
got I got some cute followers. I probably have some theists that follow me despite me telling them not to follow me because I don't fuck with them like that.
Like, listen,
You know I don't like you know I don't like theists like that.
yeah, I
Like you
know.
know it. Like
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, but you know, what I mean, like, I got a few that follow me as well, but that's because I'm nice to these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm not. I'm like I feel like Christian men, especially Christian men, have a degradation kick if they follow me,
mhm.
and they say some stupid shit to me because I just like no.
Oh yeah. They, a lot of them definitely have that kink. A lot of them definitely have that kink.
I'm like because I be trying to tell people in your lives, the host may be nice, but I am not a nice mod.
Yeah. You will drop folks real quick, block them real quick. Yeah,
That's
that's what you
actually the
do.
part of what makes me such a great mod is I don't tolerate no
Nah,
foolishness.
no foolishness. It's gonna be a drop and that's it. Now when these calls come in, when these calls start coming in, I'm just gonna start banging on people and be like, all right, cool, you're done. They hang the hell up. Yeah, I mean, that'll be cool. So
And the best part is I don't have to wait. I don't have to pay $5 to drop them. Oh,
yeah,
great mod privileges.
exactly. And that's what you do. Yeah, I mean, just drop them and that's it. Ain't got time for those foolishness. But yeah, tonight has just been slow. I'm not sure what's going on.
It has been hella slow. I was even gonna come up until later, but you was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah, man. It's just been hella slow. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's because like there's too many people
I'm
live
like
right now.
Christian Volsey is your friend. I was watching the Golden Girls earlier. Don't mind me.
Thank you for being a friend. Hey,
I just
babes.
have. I'm like. I just want to say I feel very Sophia to the bullshit right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Babes, let the people see your hair. Come on. Let them see your hair. Nah, your knees don't hurt. Come on. Let people see that. Tell my wife to
You
come.
better leave. You better leave her alone, Volsey.
Kay told me to leave you alone. Come on. Let's
That's.
see
I'm
that.
like.
Let's see the beautifulness. Go, drop down a little bit. You see how she got the hair done, y'all.
Sure.
You see how she got the hair done, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Mm. Wow, my wife beautiful.
I'm like, and I see you all moisturized. Period.
Yeah, she said you all moisturized and stuff. Looking all good.
No ash on the screen. Love that for you, sis.
No ash at all.
Because that's one thing we do.
Yeah, what we do not do is mess with the ash. All right. One thing we do not do is have ash.
Ishmael, Ishmael, what you talking about?
Why not? Why they wrote in Greek and Aramaic? Did you mean Aramaic?
Aramaic?
Ishmael, are you a friendly?
That's what I want to know. Is he talking about the Christians? Like, I'm confused. Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he might be also talking about
Because
the
Greek
Christians.
and Aramaic, I'm thinking he's talking about Christians, but I'm not so much sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I think he's talking about how the Christians never actually
Believe
research.
anything
Yeah.
that's not. I think that maybe, but I'm not sure. Oh, we getting a call.
Nah, that's something that's just the live being crazy. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a call. Hey, what's up, Blackberry Burns? Yeah, man, I'm just getting people to question, just waiting somebody to call in and have this
Call
conversation.
1-800 Volsey Thoughts. Oh, I played too
Yeah,
much.
DJ says I don't need faith to live. I need knowledge of the world to live for. Hey, that should go on a shirt, bro. DJ, that should go on a
I'm
shirt.
like, oh, by the way, very soon y'all should see me on the Black Atheist Coalition very soon. So I did say.
My mic went out. But yeah. So very soon she's gonna be on the Black Atheist Coalition, definitely making some good content. Can't wait to see that there. Can't wait to see
I'm
that.
like, I'm like, do you dare me to troll the Christians like I did on Clubhouse for Christmas?
Well, you're gonna be
Oh
live
my
just
god, that
trolling.
was so iconic. That was so iconic.
That was probably one of the best days on on Clubhouse ever. That was hilarious, bro. They made spin-off room after spin-off room just upset, so angry.
They were so mad. And they was not waiting for their holy day. So for Carol, there's this app called Clubhouse that I used to be on that I met Volsi on. And essentially, like, so the week for Easter to Easter Sunday, every room I made a room that week. A live room that week trolling Christians. And on Easter Sunday, I saved the best for last. And I said that Jesus was a bottom for the 12 wise men.
Bruh, when I say they was mad. When I say they was upset, bro. They was so upset. Bruh.
They was calling me a black bitch and everything.
They was so upset. I was like, wow, this is how Christians act? What happened to the grace, y'all? What happened to grace?
When I tell you they couldn't take it.
Boy, they could not take it. These folks was heated, boy. They was heated.
And mind you, until Volsi told me, I did not even know there was that many spin-off rooms because I had my fun.
Yeah, bro. There was spin-off room after spin-off room. It was insane. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. All right, man. Looks like.
Oh my god! I'm like, listen, that was a Clubhouse classic. It really was.
That was classic, man.
Even on the right side of Black Clubhouse, like I had Christians on that. And listen, I'm like the quote quote progressive ones. I was like, listen, that's a cop out too. So I don't give a damn. But regardless, yeah.
Hold on, Blackberry is I think it's someone that was in my. Oh, he was in the military with me. Oh shit!
Who?
What's going on? Someone on my YouTube. Yeah, someone on my YouTube chat. He was you in BMT with me? Blackberry, were you were in basic training with me? He might have been in my flight of basic training.
This is the first time I'm hearing. I didn't even realize you were in the military.
Yeah, I was Air Force. I thought I've been told you. Yeah, I was Air Force.
I'm like, if I did, it's something I completely forgot about.
Yeah. I was Air Force for like 6 years.
I could forget your short ass in the military. That had to be a sight.
Yeah, man. Wolfpack, Flight 225, baby. Yeah, we in the building. What's up, Wolfpack? that was my flight back in basic training. It was called the Wolfpack. Wolfpack, man. Flight 225. I still remember that.
Volsi, I just want to say, like, you in an Air Force uniform in my head is just tickling.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just picturing you with hair.
Oh, I was already bald at that point. I was already bald.
Were you really bald at that point? Did you bald young?
I balded young. I balded at 24. I started balding.
Well, to be fair, I feel like certain men can rock a bald head. Not everyone can, though.
Yeah.
You make it look good.
Appreciate
it. You make it look good.
Thanks so much. When I started going bald, first people said, "Oh, just kind of rock the bald head because you'll look good with it." And I was like, "Nah, I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to get locks." You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Oh, nah, that's not gonna work. Don't get locks. Just shave it off and cut it off."
Do the men in your family bald prematurely?
That's the thing. My dad didn't. My dad had kept a full head of hair until he was 70. I'm like, wow, this is not fair.
I'm like, what about your mom's side family?
It's my mom's side. Yeah. But my uncles.
The men on your mom's side?
My uncles got hair, but they said that male pattern baldness actually comes from the mom. So my mom, like her hair is kind of thin up top. So they said that's where I got it from. The hair up top is thin. Yeah, I mean, but you know, wifey, she got a full head of hair, so I'm pretty sure when we have a son, he's gonna have like locks and everything, so he's gonna be good.
And making fun of your bald head.
Definitely gonna be making fun of my bald head. Yep, definitely making fun of my bald head.
Let's just hope that he's taller than you. Let me be stop playing.
That's the thing. I have a feeling that he is because wifey's taller than me, so he's definitely gonna be
Well,
a
how
big
tall
boy.
is she?
She's 5'6", 5'7".
Okay, how tall are the men in her family?
The men in her family, like, yeah, they're around 5'6", 5'7", but her mom's side, they're the tall ones. Her mom's side are like
Okay,
6'1".
he got a chance.
Yeah, he got a chance. Yeah, he's gonna be big. He's gonna be a big boy. You know. So.
But I just feel like he gonna be like 5'6", and that's I don't know why. That's Jordan.
Definitely. DJ
But
Simbala, I definitely agree with you, DJ. We do need to get this on TV and radio.
But one thing about it, there won't be no ugly children because you and your wife are pretty.
Yeah, we some
There won't be no ugly children.
we some beautiful chocolate people. You know what I mean? So
there ain't gonna be no ugly babies.
Yeah, our baby's gonna be looking beautiful.
Because ugly people make ugly children.
Our baby's gonna be looking birthful. Like how Glorilla said, birthful.
Oh my God. It's so funny because me and my family is from the same place as Glorilla. So like that accent, I'm like, oh my God, it reminds me so much of my family because my family from Memphis.
They say the same way.
Listen, I'm like, that is exactly how they pronounce. My auntie is like, oh my God, her southern drawl is so bad. Like, so I'm like, oh girl, you was country. Like,
oh yeah. Country as hell.
Meanwhile, like, it's funny because you know how like black immigrants, sometimes when they get angry, their ethnic accent
comes out. Yep.
Well, black Americans that are born in the North, it's similar, but it's a southern.
It's a southern accent. Yeah, it's a southern accent.
So every time I get mad, I sound real Tennessee, despite me literally being born and raised and bred all through the North.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And it's funny because I'm not even first or second generation. I'm not even second generation or third. Like Northern, I'm literally first. Like. Me and my cousins are the first in my family to be born in the North. We are fresh Great Migration.
Yeah.
Because my family came down to the PA during the 70s. So we are fresh Great Migration.
Hold on. Well-adjusted asks, ever try to understand someone from Maryland, Eastern Shore? You mean the Baltimore accent? The T's, the U's, and the avenues? That shit.
I'm like, listen, I love me some Baltimore niggas, though.
They cool. That's the thing. Baltimore dudes is hilarious. They really, really cool.
They are so funny.
Yeah.
But they always beefing with DC.
Oh, they don't like DC. They don't like DC people,
listen,
bro.
As long as y'all leave Philly out of the mix, I'll be cool with you. Because Philly we about our business, okay? Philly, New York, Patterson, Newark, we all mind our business. Like.
Oh man, that area is funny. Oh, you said
Listen, I'm like black Americans from Baltimore and Baltimore is some funny ass niggas. I love me some Baltimore black people, honey. I love them.
The one thing wifey was saying the other day.
Are from Baltimore, I think.
It is.
They're from Maryland.
Hold on. He said not Baltimore, Salisbury or Natticook. I've never heard the Salisbury accent, bro. I've never heard the Salisbury accent. I've only heard.
Are you talking about Salisbury in PA?
Yes, Salisbury.
In PA though? Ask him if it's in PA.
You talking about Salisbury and PA? Well-adjusted. Hey, how's it going, Mary? All right, yeah, we still just waiting on calls, y'all. We still just waiting on calls or guests.
And that's a bunch of white people, I thought, though.
That's what I heard. Like Salisbury, that's what it is, right? It's mostly white folks. When I went to my residency for my master's, I'd met someone from Pittsburgh. She was from Pittsburgh, and she was like, "Yeah, it's just a bunch of white folks out there. There's not a lot of diversity over at Pittsburgh."
Oh, racist as hell. I'm like when I was a foster care as a child, and I had to be placed in Philadelphia, not Philly. That's where I'm from. Pittsburgh for a little bit, and yeah, it was Caucasian. And this is in like the 2000s. So
It was very
apparently nothing much has changed.
it was
I bet you they all voted for Trump.
it was
So
very Caucasoid Mountains.
that's exactly how I remember. And to be fair, like because of the things I was going through at that time, my brain it kind of blocked some of that out. So maybe I'm not remembering everything correctly,
Mm.
but it don't sound like I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, you probably not. Probably not. He says
To be
Salisbury,
honest,
Maryland.
I would not have known how many trees and how much Wonder Bread was in PA if I had never been in foster care.
Mm,
Probably would have never known that.
mm.
Or how racist PA, that's a whole other conversation because people like to act like racism does not exist in the North. That's a damn lie. Okay?
Bro, when 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 people, I remember a post on Facebook that says if the Deep South is like Alabama and Mississippi, what's the Deep North? Someone said Boston because yeah, Boston for real, cause boy, Boston is notoriously racist, and I'm like, bro,
It is. It is. And you know what's so funny? I lived in the Poconos for a little bit as a kid, and let me tell you something. Like, it was so bad. That
it's
racism,
bad.
like, I'm like, do not, I'm like, do not let people gaslight you. I'm telling you, the Poconos, listen. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, pause for me real quick, Kayla, because we
Okay.
finally got somebody up. Executor of the Covenant. How's it going, Executor? Are you at least 18? And did you want to talk about what I had on the board?
Yes, sir.
I'm like,
I am
Zosa,
18.
your background is black and we don't see you.
That's funny. All
Yes,
right, let me move this over a little
I
bit.
literally cannot see you.
You can't see me?
No, I'm literally dead ass. Now you're good. Okay, I was like,
Oh, okay.
no, I was literally dead ass. Like I was like, no, your background is black. Like I literally cannot see. That was
I,
All
a
right, cool.
m-
joke.
Cool,
my
cool,
friend,
cool.
I'm going to give you a reason nobody has ever given you before.
All right, cool. So Kay, just give me a few minutes with Executor, and then I'll tag you in. All right,
All
Executor,
right.
Executor, how's it going? What was the reason you say I should believe in a God?
All right. The reason is the following. Please pay full attention. There is no evidence that there is a God.
Mm-hmm.
There is no evidence that there is no God.
Okay.
There is no evidence on each side. There is actually no evidence at all for anything. Everything is in the end just a belief. So when it is all a belief, it is all a belief, any belief can go and you get to pick it. So you pick the belief that is most beneficial for you and which is something you can sell to yourself. You should pick a belief that is most beneficial for you and you should be able to sell it to yourself. Such is the belief you should follow. So based on that, I have decided that following God is beneficial for me because in the worst case scenario, he doesn't exist. I don't lose anything. But in the best case scenario, he does exist. I gain something.
My nigga, what? That was really what you was gonna tell me. You said that you was gonna give me a reason that no one else had ever given me. And you
Yeah,
gave me,
either God is
and
there
you
or
gave
God
me,
is
and you
not
gave
there.
me, and you
By
gave me,
believing
and
in
you
God,
gave
you have
me,
a logic.
and you gave me Pascal's wager. Pascal's wager is something that I've heard before dozens of times. So saying that you were gonna tell me that you're gonna give me a reason that no one's ever given me to before, and give me the reasons that I've heard dozens of times before, is kind of crazy. That's number one. But number two, we do have evidence that a God is unnecessary. There's definitely pretty evidence there. But
What
simply
evidence do you
saying,
have?
the evidence that I have
What
is
evidence do
that
you have?
the evidence that I have is that we can explain existence through natural means. We can explain our
Can you stop your death?
we can explain
Can you stop your
we can
death?
explain we
Can
can
you stop your
explain
death?
we can
I'm asking you, my
explain
friend,
we can explain our morality without a God. We can
can you
explain our societies without gods. We can explain all of that without gods. And do not come off the mic again. We can explain all of that without gods, right?
you
So
can
if we can explain our lives, our purpose, our drive, and our
I am not
morality without any type of gods, there is gonna be no need for
a
one to
slave.
exist in the first place, would there?
I'm not a slave.
right? So there will be no need for one to exist in the first place, would there? If we can
Shit, if we
explain
can't follow
almost everything
directions,
without
I'll
God.
block your ass.
Shut up, fucking nigger.
Okay, yeah,
Oh hell no! You blocked and you blocked,
yeah. Go
bitch.
ahead and go
Bye.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and block him. Go ahead and block him. Appreciate that. All right, Chappie, go ahead and come on up,
I'm like,
Chappie.
and you go when you went black again. By the way, like the background.
Oh, that's just because of TikTok is just being funny right now. So yeah. So because all
And
right,
notice
y'all.
he only said that to the black woman on the panel, not you.
I notice. I definitely notice. All right, so Chappie, BC stands before Christ. AD stands for in the year of our Lord. Yeah, yeah. Blackberry, you're gonna be. Oh, Burns. I remember you now, Burns. Now I remember Burns. Burns is one of those cool people that I met in basic training. Cool. I remember you now, Burns. How's it going, Burns? But yeah, Burns. Like on these lives, you'll see that a lot. You'll start to see, yeah, y'all see that a lot. You're gonna see that a lot, guys. All right. Let me invite Chappie again. So Chappie, you asked me what does BC stand
You
for?
talking about the racism I just experienced on the live?
Yeah, yeah. We see that all the time. We see that all the time.
What did he say in the chat about it?
No, he just said wow. Like he said
No,
wow.
literal,
And,
I'm like literally.
yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times me and Volsi both have been called that on the live. So
Yeah, it happens all the time, especially
I'm
when we
like,
talk
I'm like
politics.
to be honest, I'm like to be honest, definitely the politic one, especially like when you're defending Black Americans specifically, one of the very few Black people who are not non-Black American, who are not Black American, who are talking about reparations. Actually, I don't think I've seen anyone else do that
Yeah, there's
besides
not.
you,
There's not.
anyway.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. But I'm one of the few that does it. But every time I do it, when I see the people from the envelopians get mad at me, they get mad. Yeah, they get mad. Oh, hold on.
And
Give
it's
me a second,
funny
K.
because
Give me
both did.
yeah. Give me 1 second, K. Give me 1 second, K. All right. So Chappie, I went ahead and sent you an invite, and all you gotta do is accept the invite. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is accept the invite because I've already invited you. You should have gotten a notification that said to accept. And Chappie, if you don't see it, it'll expire in a few moments, and then I'll invite you again. Or you can just hit the guest button. There should be a thing on the side that says request. It should be right
Yes, you
above
should be
Kayla.
able to.
Yeah, it should be right above Kayla. It's just a request. But yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kayla. But yeah, like every single time, it's crazy.
Every single time, I'm like, um, yeah, I'm like to be honest, it gets violent on those lives, like whether it be. And mind you, of course, I experience most of it when I come up because I'm a Black woman. So,
Yeah. So
but it's funny. But it's funny because the people who are getting mad at you for talking about don't even realize you literally have a Haitian flag in your bio, so you wouldn't even be qualified to gain anything from it anyway.
yeah,
Like
I literally
they
gained
talking about
nothing.
why do I have to do anything? It's like Volsi wouldn't even like.
And you know what's
What
crazy?
is wrong?
I won't get. You know what's crazy? Every time they ask me, one of the first things I say is the right thing to do. Literally, it's the right
It's
thing to
really
do.
just the right thing to do.
It's like
Like, why do you need to gain something to do the right thing? Like,
just
I don't understand that.
like the United States owes Black Americans reparations. Do the right thing, y'all. Do the right thing. That's all it is.
Like, it shouldn't even be an argument. Like, could you imagine, like, me going to the Caribbean and as a Black American, as an ethnic Black American woman, being in the Caribbean and going against CARICOM? Like,
Wouldn't make any
that
sense
is
at all, would it?
crazy.
Will make no sense at all. Chappie's having issues joining. I don't think he know what the fuck he doing. He may be one of those guys that they
Maybe
call
he's
it.
older. Let me try to I could try to send him an invite. Let me see.
Yeah, because I sent him one. Let me see
Okay.
if he gets one when you send it to him.
Funny enough, now I can't see the people in the live. That is weird. Whole live setting.
TikTok is being
Yeah,
weird.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
TikTok just being weird.
TikTok is so weird tonight.
Yeah,
Now I can't even go to the thing to see to invite people up.
Yeah, all right. So Chappie, you may just need to call in if you can't see the request button, because it is
And the
right there, and
funny
I
thing,
invited you like 3 times.
the funny thing, and the funny thing, Trill, is they really wouldn't lose anything because it would be coming from the government's pockets
Yeah, they
because
don't lose a
that's who
thing.
owns it.
They don't lose a thing. They lose nothing, bro.
Because they think it's going to be coming from the average like white person's pockets, and truth be told, no, it's not. Now, whether I think now here is this thing, and it may be controversial, I do think it should.
Yeah, now that one is a tougher sell. Even though in principle I agree, it's just that I don't know how it'll
but it's
work.
not going to. Now, on principle, yes, but now, if you ask me, do I think it should? The answer would be yes. Yes, I absolutely. But that's not going to work practically.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only thing. I'm like, okay, like even on principle we agree. How would we do it? That's the thing. We'd be like, all right, just don't worry
I'm
about
like,
it,
that's
because
the
we
thing. It
can't
wouldn't work.
we can't do it.
But
It
that
won't work
wouldn't work
practically. Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, it won't work practically. So it's like, all right, don't worry about it. But the things that can work practically is just like how they did with the Japanese. You know what I mean? Study how much was lost over that time, which we have done before, which was close to I think 10 trillion on the low side, 60 trillion on the high side. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm like Choppy. Oh, Choppy said, I just want to apologize for the names. Well, thank you, Choppy. But again, I don't know if do you see, because the live is acting weird. Maybe he doesn't see
oh, he doesn't see the
words
invite.
that, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because remember the live is acting weird.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
acting weird
maybe it's
tonight.
off.
Yeah, it's acting weird tonight. So it's all good and well, but so
I mean, the
because
live is literally not the live, as well as the people being anti-black.
yeah, so
I mean, TikTok being anti-black ain't nothing new anyway. So
of
there's
course,
that.
of course, yeah. So like the live is being weird, and hey, what's going on? Christ before Jesus. Christ before Jesus has good lives too. He's amazing, but yeah, but the live being weird, and it's being slow to get guests and everything like that. Like I think
By the way, for those, very soon, hopefully, I'm gonna be trying to put some conversations together. Y'all could find me on the Black Atheist Coalition YouTube page. Hopefully, so you know what? I just thought about something. What about? I'm like, have you created like a TikTok page for the Black Atheist Coalition? Because I think that would be good too.
that would be good. I
A
have not yet.
TikTok page.
Yeah, I have not yet. That would be good. I think I'm gonna start that. Probably get a separate email for it, so and give people the password so they
Yeah,
can
that's
get
what I
on.
was thinking. So maybe like, wait, don't you have a separate email for the Black Atheist Coalition YouTube page? Because that's tied to Gmail and stuff.
No, it's tied to because I didn't realize how it worked at first, right? Because so I just started because I did a thing where I just started another YouTube page, but all that's connected to my Gmail, so my personal Gmail. So I'm like, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't
So
realize.
you didn't. Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but
Yes.
if to start a TikTok for it, then yeah, I'll just create another email and put everything on that.
I'm
Yeah,
like, I think that would be a good idea to start like that way you can multi-stream or go over one, then.
go to another.
I think that would
Exactly.
be a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna do that soon. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get
I'm like,
off,
but
man.
Choppy, thank you for wanting to apologize. I guess. I mean,
Yeah, we
I
appreciate
believe
that,
it.
Chappie. Still, yeah, we appreciate
I'm
that,
like,
Chappie.
I
Still,
mean,
for
it
sure.
ain't nothing we haven't experienced before. Believe me, that's just I've been
Yeah,
not even
it's
online, but in person as well.
yeah, it
I will
happens.
say in person, not since I was a child, because people aren't that bold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they weren't before Trump.
They
So
weren't. You know what's crazy that I that I've seen before. A lot of white folks are actually pretty surprised how racist some of their own people could be. And I was like, y'all didn't know?
I'm like, how?
Yeah, it's like y'all didn't know? Because like they're actually very surprised how racist some of their own could be.
I'm like, I
really?
don't know. We're just let me tell you, black people aren't that surprised.
Yeah, we're not. We are really not. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of lives where that happened before, right? Where people were coming in saying the N word, and he was like, "Dude, what is going on? Why are all these people doing this?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm
That's
black."
because I'm black. That's why. I'm like they see a phenotypically black person and they just can't help themselves,
Yeah,
honey.
exactly. I was like, "Cause
The anti-blackness just comes right to the forefront, honey. They just
mhm,
can't help it. Um, and it's funny because again, you were surprised, but like we did. This is dead ass what it's like to be black every
mhm.
single day. Like
Yeah, yeah, we're just used to it. It happens, So
I'm like it's probably fucked up that I'm so desensitized to it.
mhm. That's the other crazy part. We are so desensitized. We're like, "Oh, okay, he said it. Drop him." Yeah. Well, move on with our lives.
Like you saw how we just did that, like dropped and moved on with our lives. Just like
Yeah, drop, block, move
I
on.
didn't realize, like, wow, I'm so desensitized because I've been called it so fucking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, cool, drop, block, whatever. Move on, move on. But then when I get white folks in here, they'll be like, "Oh my god, that happened. I'm really so sorry." It's like, yeah, it's fine. We know.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Like I'm
whatever.
like, but again, this is literally we're literally. Let me tell you something. If I'm like throughout my own childhood, I'm like now my sister, she dealt with it like just a week. It was like a month ago. These bitches done got bold. She up in New York, right? You met my
Mm-hmm.
sister. When I
Mm-hmm.
tell you she was up in the grocery store. Someone called her dad. When I tell you she mollywhopped that bitch. And then of course the police are gonna come up to her, try to arrest her for
Her
beating
for
this
it.
white lady's ass.
Uh
And then
huh.
it's like, no, there's cameras. Look, I'm in the right.
Mm-hmm. So
Then
they.
her white hillbilly fucking husband gonna try to pull up on try to I'm like you a man trying to fight women,
Women.
but okay.
Hilarious.
As if I'm like your white Persian queen can't defend herself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
girl. Anyway,
Oh man,
white
it's
porcelain I meant
hilarious.
not Persian, porcelain queen can't defend herself, girl. Like
Porcelain crane is crazy. Oh man. Let's see, man. I think that's probably gonna be it, man. This was one of those really slow nights where it was really hard to get anybody. But I think I'm gonna do this
I
from
feel
now
like I
on.
feel like it's gonna be good. Like,
Mhm.
cause you said like, what is it? You going live on Saturday?
Yeah, yeah. I like to go live Thursday through Sunday. So probably tomorrow I'll get a lot more people
Okay,
in.
I'm like, and then you're going after like the day, so like Black Friday. You going live?
Black Friday I'm
It's
going live.
ironic. You
Mhm.
want to know what's funny? When I was a kid, it real heard what Black Friday was. I saw someone was being racist to me if they asked me what I was going to do for Black Friday. I'm like, I said, you racist piece of shit. Like, why the fuck are you asking? Only to find.
Only to find out that was an actual thing. Yeah.
I was so offended. Like, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you meaning? What am I gonna do for Black Friday?
we be
I was a little kid. I was like 11 years old, and someone asked me that. I was like, "Oh, my mama's gonna do this for Black Friday. What you do?" I'm like, "Bitch, what the fuck you mean? What am I gonna do?"
The fuck you mean? What you mean by that? what, you, what you mean
I
by
was
that?
so offended, only to find out like I got it. I got to a huge. I'm like, well, I didn't cuss him out, but I did the childhood version of cuss him out. I called him a oompa loompa white piece of white trash.
Mhm.
I really I feel bad for that now because he was just asking an innocent question, but I really went in on him because I thought he was being racist towards me. Only to find
Oh
out
man.
that the teacher's like, no, 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 no. Like, I'm like, baby, KK. Like, I was like, oh my god, damn, sorry.
Oh man, that's funny.
It is hilarious to think about now, but I look because I dead ass literally thought he was being racist towards me.
Oh man, that is funny. All right, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably get out of here in a second, cause yeah, I don't think we're gonna go
It's
ahead.
been a very slow night. It's surprising because you've been on here for a minute, so you should be pushing to the algorithm. But then again, TikTok's anti-blackness, and you
Hmm.
might not get pushed this far.
Yeah, yeah. It's not pushing me far tonight, but hopefully tomorrow I get more of a push tomorrow, Yeah, I mean, but over on my YouTube, I think I'm still gonna hit at least 100 views, which is good. I mean, I've been hitting that consistently. I've been getting into the algorithm. It's been
But
cool.
I'm like, you
So,
know what? If you want to bring in some viewers,
mhm.
that's why I put it in a chat earlier. Put MAGA up at the top. The girl, the girl. Most of them are Christians anyway. They're gonna come up in here.
Yeah, they will come up real quick,
And
real
that's
fucking quick.
ironic because they're so predictable. All you have to do is put MAGA up on the top. I did that with my homegirls live either. I started screaming because she's like, "Girl, you want to bring some people in here for the Christian? Put MAGA at the top. Watch how they all come up in here." Like, and they started coming up, and I was like, "See, I told you, they can't help it."
Oh man, they just cannot help themselves, huh? Ooh
I'm like
boy.
either that or say, or say Charlie Kirk supporters are stupid.
Well,
Just
that's
something. It could be that simple. They gonna come right in.
oh yeah,
Most of them are Christians anyway, honey.
yeah, true. Sure. Once you do that, they'll all start to come
So I'm
through,
like, so
come
we
in.
have an atheist live, one bring in Christians, equal MAGA.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least I'm like, hell, reparation could be them uploading, getting our viewership up. Thank you, MAGA.
That would be a good one, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And this is what I'm gonna be doing next week.
Next month.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that gonna be for the political one next month?
yeah.
You
For the
haven't
political.
done this one in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't ran the Black America should get reparations in a minute. I'm gonna yeah. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that on Black Friday. On Black Friday is exactly what I'm gonna do. The Black America
It's
should get
actually a
reparations.
great day to do it on Black Friday.
Definitely.
Actually,
hmm
I feel like
Definitely.
that's the perfect day actually to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because Thursday I'm gonna be with family, but Black Friday, oh yeah, yeah. This is what I'm gonna I'm gonna do for Black Friday. For Black Friday, we're gonna talk about how Black Americans should get reparations. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
It's Black Friday, so it's discounts and all that. And I'm gonna be up at like, and just so you know, you won't be getting a Black Friday discount or reparation. Thank you.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, no half of 30 acres in the mule. None
No.
of that.
Oh man, but Kayla, I am gonna go ahead and get out of here, man, because the I think the night's pretty much over. It's been slow. So wait. Someone's coming up.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. How do you say that? LS Steam.
You can just say MS.
LS. Okay, LS. How's it going, LX? Are you about 18 and did you want to talk about what I have on the board?
Yes.
All right, cool. Can you
Wait,
give
now what you have on the board, or what you just had?
Oh, you want to talk about the
Oh
other
no,
thing I
that was
had
what was on the board was the conversation for next
for
week.
next week? Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
Okay. So this one, okay. Yeah.
So you want to talk about this one?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Of course, the Black Americans deserve reparations. Going to get people in quicker.
Kind of getting people in quicker. Yeah, exactly. All right, but Ellis, so you are at least 18. Can you give me a good reason to believe in a God?
Well, there is kind of a tendency we have. I mean, I don't know about you, but we have a tendency as humans when something happens, we want to praise something. We want to give thanks to something, right? And I feel like it's a there's a reason for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. The reason is because human beings are empathetic beings, and we have agency. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We have agency detection. So
Hmm.
we apply agency to everything, and that extends to when things happen to us or we get lucky or something fortunate happens to us because our minds are agency detectors. We think that something must have been put in place for it to happen, and
Okay.
that's why we want to think something.
And I won't deny that. I'm just saying this is just a behavioral trait that might explain this. But do you want sources from the Bible? No. I'm assuming, right? No.
The sources from the Bible. I mean, for me, the Bible is the claim, not the evidence. You actually have to show something outside of the Bible to show that the supernatural
Hmm.
claims are true.
Okay. So when I think about the Big Bang, right? I don't deny the Big Bang. I feel like it's true. It's been observed, so it is true. But what was before that is not explainable. It was a if it was a hot dense form, it was something. What was before something?
Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But we
And
don't have to know either. That I'm like, us not knowing does not equal God.
yes, but
There
there's
could
just
be natural explanations for
I don't
things.
see any
That doesn't
natural
mean God has to exist.
Right.
because nothing something cannot come from nothing. Correct.
Agreed.
Well, he didn't claim that either.
Yeah, and I didn't
Who's
claim that.
claiming that?
But
Before something, there had to be a beginning.
yeah, there had to be something.
No.
They had, right, exactly. 'Cause so, the we never said that nothing created something, right? That's not coherent. But the two things that we really want to say is that number one, we can't really detect nothing because the moment you detect nothing, it becomes something. And the second thing that I would say is that even within science, there's really no way to determine if something can actually come from nothing because again, we've never detected a nothing. So, but
I
the
mean,
third
vacuum
thing
of
that I would
space, not
say,
nothing.
yeah, but the thing that I'll say is that when it comes to before the Big Bang, it's like saying what's north of the North Pole. We don't really know. We can't really explain it because
Hmm?
the our understanding of physics really stops at the hot dense point. So anything before that or where that came from, we actually can't really explain or we don't know because our understanding of time, space, matter, physics, it all breaks at that point. So we actually don't know. None of this actually tells us that a God exists, though.
But it does point to it. In some ways, it points to it.
No, it
I
doesn't.
would say
Where does it
it
point to a
points
God?
it points to an absence of something, and you can fill it in with God.
That's God of the gaps, though.
No, that's a claim that you're making.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
yeah.
Not only that, that's kind of God of the gaps, right? Because you're saying that since we don't understand it, we can fill it in with genies. Like, why not genies or the pink unicorn?
That's your belief that you
Why
can.
can't we fill it in with Santa Claus? And ironically, Santa Claus has more of a basis than your God.
Well,
Right.
Santa Claus
Ironically,
was Saint Nicholas, but
yeah, that was my point.
Yeah, Iso, let me ask you this question. Just for clarification, are you talking about? Well, you mentioned the Bible, so you're talking about the God of the Bible.
yes,
But why would it specifically be that one and not the God of or well, not the God of Yoruba religion, Oludumare? Why won't it be Oludumare?
because um, there's there's many things that are issues with you. Also, I'm not very versed to talk in a different religion like this because I have not studied it. I have not looked into it,
Right. So
so I'm really not versed to say anything about this.
I got you, but like that's kind of my point, right? Sure, like there are different religions out there. I'm sure you know that. So it's like why are we attributing the beginning of the universe if we say that there's a God there? Why attribute it to this, this Middle Eastern Levantine God and not one from Western Africa?
Well,
What would be the difference?
for me, it'd be because there is, in many other religions, there's fallacies. There's holes in it, and I also have been believing since I was young. So to me,
Because
that
I could
is
tell you
true.
for a second, I'm like Ellis that
Hmm. That what?
I think she dropped out there. But you said that there was there's holes in what? There's holes in other religions. There's holes in Christianity too, right?
I don't believe there is.
Okay, what holes are there in other religions that are not in Christianity?
Which one?
Islam, Hinduism, Yoruba religion, Haitian voodoo. What holes exist in that one that don't exist in Christianity? Because none of these religions have proof of what they're saying.
Uh, well,
But
there's things we observe.
that's number one, and number two. And I'm like, Ellis. Let's say me and Evosi were to claim to be. Let's say we were to change and be theists today. Wouldn't it
Mhm.
make sense for us to worship the gods of our ancestors versus your Christian God?
Well, that's where it breaks down to a subjective answer that you probably will not like. Because to me, there is only one true God, but that's in
I'm
a
like, yeah,
Yeah.
and that also has to do. But again, regardless of that, that's the point.
I
That
think
is
if you
what
were to,
you're saying, but you
if
can't prove that your God exists. So
I'm saying,
so our claim
mhm.
of our ancestral gods from our African ancestors would be more have just as much validity as yours.
And like
But
in
you
my
did know
opinion,
that African people do
mm,
practice Christianity, right?
yeah, sure, there are African people that
I'm like,
practice
who, so who,
Christianity, but they only
I'm
practiced it
like,
because
yes,
of
they do.
colonialism.
As a result of colonization, they didn't pre-colonization. No, they didn't.
Yeah,
What do
and
you mean? Ethiopia, the Mesopotamian.
I'm like, first of all, Ethiopia is in East Africa, so that's
we're
Okay,
descendants
irrelevant to people who are descendants of
but
West
West
still,
and
and
Central
Central
Africa.
Africa,
what,
completely
West
irrelevant.
Africa?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
So
why don't you say the same
hold on.
thing for Islam?
Let me just explain this way. Number
Hmm?
one,
Yeah,
even there
and we'll
was
do
a
the same thing for
uh,
Islam. Islam didn't exist in Africa prior to the Arab slave trade.
right,
No, it
right,
didn't.
right, right. Hold on. So Isa, let me just explain it this way. Before Christianity and Islam came to the continent, even Ethiopians and Somalians were doing their own thing for thousands of years. It was
Hmm.
only because of Islam. It was only because of trade and slavery that either of those societies became Christianized and Islamified. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't really show any reason why we should practice Christianity. Like
I'm like
Ethiopia
also
has its
that whole
own.
claim that that Christianity began in Ethiopia is false.
I
Actually, it
didn't
was
say that.
brought
I
to
didn't say it was.
Ethiopia.
Okay, but like the point is so even if you want to bring Ethiopia into the equation, Ethiopia had its own indigenous religion thousands of years before Christianity got there. So I
Yes.
would even ask Ethiopians why follow a foreign religion.
I'm like, but here's the thing: you're talking to two people who are descendants of West and Central Africans. So
Hmm.
regardless, let's say the Ethiopians that Christianity was native to East Africa and Ethiopia exactly, that would be irrelevant to me and Volsi.
Yeah,
Okay.
because my ancestors are from Central and West Africa, so irrelevant.
So my question is, why don't you believe in God?
No evidence.
I'm just wondering, why do you mandate evidence?
What?
Why do
What?
you mandate evidence?
You
Why
because
would I
that's
not mandate
Why would I
evidence
not?
for a
Exactly.
claim such as a god?
Exactly. I
Why
mean
not?
that's how we operate. All of us operate that way. All of us operate
I mean,
on evidence.
not fully,
Yeah, fully. I'm like I'm
not
like
fully.
if Volsi were to tell you that there was a genie in a bottle that he had, and if you make three wishes, that all your dreams are gonna come true, you would want that verified.
Yes.
Yeah, so we all
That is no
operate off of some
different than
sort of evidence.
saying I'm like the claim that a god exists. Like
Well, let's use
no
an
different.
analogy. Okay, let's use an anecdote here. So, let's say you eat ramen every day, right? And
Hmm.
one day you open up ramen, and let's say you want to base your life off pure statistics, right? Pure logic, pure evidence, right? So, what you would have to do is you have to break the ramen down, do a chemical test on it to see if it's not poisoned, because you live your life on evidence. There's
No.
there I mean, you cannot live your life based on pure evidence. That is not possible.
Yeah. Yes, we can,
No, no, it is not.
I'm like
because
yeah, if there's
because the
no
reason
evidence,
why
I'm not gonna believe it.
because the reason why because there is evidence that the ramen is safe, because you know why? Because we actually have organizations that make sure that the food we have is safe. Now, because we have our president that we have now, yeah, now there's a little bit more of a doubt there, right? Because the president that we have now has been idiotically firing people who actually look after our food. But for the most part, we have organizations that look after our food to make sure that the food that we're getting is actually safe to consume. So saying that we need to, every time we open up a pack of ramen, we have to break it down to chemicals to make sure it's not poisoned is a ridiculous thing to do, because we already have that. So that we already have an organization that does that. That's the evidence.
Not to every single packet, and that's pure.
Yeah, up
No
to
to
every
every
single
single
packet.
packet.
What do you mean?
I'm like the
Every
FDA
single
has to
pack. Yeah,
approve our food,
exactly. The
sir.
FDA and employees go through every single packet to make sure all this is safe. And if one of them were poisoned and someone were to unalive because of that poisoning, guess what's gonna happen to all the ramen that's in all the stores? They're all gonna get pulled back.
Also, I just want to make this clear, like without justice in the comments. One, the super god claim, supernatural god claim is issue, not ramen noodles, because we can verify that ramen noodles exist.
Mm-hmm.
I can go into my pantry right now, turn on my camera, and show you my pack of ramen noodles. You can't do that with your
But
god.
but to, but to
So
me, I would say that you are seeing the objects that are illuminated by this light, and you are ignoring the source. So basically,
So,
I'm
I'm like, the
saying
source of what? The source of my ramen?
the
Nigga,
source of
what? What are you
okay. So
talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
What-
all right, so I'll explain it to you in simpler terms. So for me, evidence of God is genuinely everything.
Okay, so so hold on. Let me genuinely everything. So this water bottle right here is proof of God.
Yes.
All right. So if
That's not.
if this water bottle is proof of the Christian God, why is it not proof of Yamoja, the goddess of the river?
I just said proof of God.
No, it's not proof of Yahweh. It's proof of Yamoja, the goddess of the river.
I just said God, and not say it specify God. I said God.
Yeah, I
But
know,
you
but
no, but you just said that the only true God is the
it's
God
the
of
Christianity.
Christianity.
That's
So
what you
that's
said.
relevant.
Yes.
And the
Okay,
name of the God
so
of Christianity is Yahweh. So this bottle of water is not proof of Yahweh. It's proof of Yamoja, the river goddess of the Yoruba religion. You see how we could do that?
No, without justice, not you. But
do you
it's
want me to say where it says do you want me to support the claim I'm making about this being
Yeah,
do it
proof of
without bringing up
yeah.
biblical
That would be
scripture.
good. That would be good
Biblical
for you to
scripture is
actually
not
support the
evidence.
claims.
The biblical scripture is the claim, not
Not
evidence.
the evidence,
okay?
exactly, because you simply saying that everything is proof of Yahweh. I can literally say that everything is proof of Olodumare, and none of us
Yes,
I'm like
have
you. I'm like.
but
none
in
of
the context we're talking about Abrahamic religions. Yes.
yeah, we're talking about Abrahamic religions, but why would Abrahamic religions be the right one and West African religions be the wrong one? There's because
Because
Unless you're going off of white supremacy, which is a whole other
it's a whole other
that's
conversation.
concept, exactly.
this answer is subjective, and whatever I say, you're going to say it's wrong because you're going to choose another God, and that's because I like I said earlier, there is multiple fallacies in these other religions that prove it not to be true to me.
Like what fallacies exist in with Olodumare?
Olodumare, I have not looked into it, so I need to look
Okay,
into
what
it.
fallacies? But you
Well,
just
how
said
can you
there's
say that
so
if you never looked
looked
into
into it.
Umudamare?
Is that if you never
What?
looked into it, how can you say there's fallacies in it?
How can you say there's fallacies in Christianity if you never look into it?
I
Because
did.
we've been Christians before and we've read the Bible. We
Yeah,
know
we've
the
been
Okay, but
Christians.
you can read the Bible and not be Christian, brother. I've talked to multiple Muslims.
My my, my
I get
friend,
that.
my friend. My dad is a pastor. I grew up
Mhm.
in a Pentecostal church. I went through the
I grew up in a
baptismal.
I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. I'm like literally bred, raised in Christianity
Okay,
since I was a child. You're
Yeah,
not gonna tell me that
and
I
I
you
wasn't
and
can read
and
it.
I
You can read
was
a
and I was
camel to water,
and
but
I
you
was
cannot make it drink.
I was baptized and everything.
I was baptized in everything, and you're and guess what's also ironic? You're talking to Vosi, who was almost a pastor.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
I was gonna go to seminary school for this. So yeah,
obviously the word did
I
not lead
literally
to
did
wealth.
believe. I literally did believe it.
What made you?
there's no evidence. He literally just said that.
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, I literally did believe it, and now I don't believe it anymore. What made me stop believing it, which I think what your question was before my mic went out, was the fact that I actually looked into reasons and evidence for this because I want to prove it true, and I came up empty. And
And I do misunderstand that.
I figured out that it is unnecessary for me to even believe because if I want to live a good life, if I want to be rational, if I want to be have drive, have purpose, have morals, believing in a God, especially the Christian God, is unnecessary to do any of those things. So if it's unnecessary to do, and there's no
Obviously,
evidence that it is true,
brother,
why believe it?
obviously, you do not take in the word well enough to realize that if you went
No,
on
no. I'm like, don't
right,
pull that shit that you wasn't a real Christian card.
I'm
Yeah,
He
not
please
was,
don't
saying
pull
that.
and
that.
so
I'm
was
saying
I. We believed in Jesus Christ. We were
you
both
believed.
Christians.
You do not currently believe. So do not say
I do not currently
I
believe
don't
because
currently
I'm
believe.
like, but that doesn't mean that we were not. Don't pull that we weren't real Christians card. Like I said, we were Christians.
if Christ is truly reached you, you will never deny a day in
I'm
your
like, I'm
life to
like,
be saved.
no. I'm like, we came to our
So that's
own
not how that
conclusions
works.
based
That's
off
not how
our
that
own
works,
lived
bro.
experiences, and that is not how that works. Do not try to do not try to try to change our. Because if my sister were to come in here, she would tell you I was disgustingly Christian. Disgustingly, it was disgusting how much of a Christian I was.
So you
It
do
truly was.
understand. You do understand that people can change their mind, correct?
Yes.
Exactly. So if people can change their mind, even if we thought what we felt was Jesus, we can still change our mind and realize that that was just psychological conditioning. You understand that, right?
You can change your mind, but it's not meaning it's the truth.
Okay.
There
So
is,
the
it is
problem
the
the
truth
problem
because
is
you
Issel.
cannot prove it true. That is the point.
Yeah, so you can't prove it to be true.
Through what? If you want me to prove it on a scientific basis, I cannot, because it is just like you're gonna say. You're gonna say this exactly. You're gonna say God of the gaps because you have a point that you can't prove.
That is the God of the gaps, though,
God is that.
Okay, but we both have
saying that we have a gap in our knowledge, therefore God is literally God of the gaps.
it's proven in the Bible to not be just there for God. It is proven to be
Those are
creation.
claims, brother, not evidence. Those are claims. You realize there's a difference, right? Because you just said all the other religions are fallacious, so you do know that they make claims. All right, so like if all the other if all the other of all the other religions, as you say, are fallacious for their claims, then you know that the Bible cannot be proof. It is a claim. So what is the evidence that the Bible is actually true?
Because
What evidence do we
it's
have
simply,
that?
because it's
evidence?
simply it's simply a claim of a religious book were proven to be true, then the Quran, the Torah, and every other holy book would be equally as true, and that's not how that works.
Do you want the truth? Is that in with non-bias, any bias, any not attributing to anything belief.
You are extremely biased, sir.
Wait, I'm going to say my point. If you
Okay,
quit
go
interrupting,
ahead.
please.
Go ahead, Issa. Go ahead.
So, without any bias or anything, you will see that there is no evidence for these things. Correct? There is no evidence.
Correct. There's no evidence for any of them.
But you cannot prove any of this, right?
What do you mean?
But you cannot prove without, if you're looking at it through a scientific standpoint, there is no scientific evidence. There is things that line up, that these stories line up and they connect, but it is not evidence according to you. It is claims.
No, like for
It's
when you say
not.
these
It's not
stories,
just for me. It's not. It's not. It's not evidence. Period.
when you
It's
say
simply not evidence.
hold on, when I need to understand what exactly you mean when you say these stories line up. What are you talking about? Because just because there are stories in the Bible, right, and we can show that this guy existed, does not mean that the supernatural claims of that guy are actually true. You get that, right?
But you can do that for everything.
Yeah, that's why historians never take supernatural claims serious, because we cannot prove them. We cannot verify
They're
them.
looking through a non-biased lens.
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
They're okay, brother. I'm leaving because you just say it's claims over and over. I cannot prove the point.
It is
Scientifically because
claims.
it's not.
So
Just
it's so you understand the difference between something being having claim and something having. Okay, cool. All right, Joshy, go ahead and come on up,
Can you
please.
bring Joshi up? Joshi said that my God is the good that flows throughout the universe. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, well adjusted. Shout out to well adjusted again. Yeah, that's the example that I always use. Well adjusted says, no, New York City exists in Marvel Comics, but Spider-Man still ain't real. That's always the example that I use. New York City is a place. Queens, New York is a place. There's probably even a kid named Peter Parker that lives in Queens, New York. Is there a person swinging around saving the city with spider powers? No. You know what I'm saying? So just because it mentions real places and even real people does not mean that the supernatural claims are real. Joshy, I went ahead and invited you. Go ahead and come on up. Let's see if he comes up
Yeah,
in the
because
next few
I couldn't
minutes.
see him to invite him in the thing, but
Yeah, it's all good. But if Issel is one of those guys where he just wants to force down the claim and saying that the claim is true because the claim is true because it says in this book and the book says that the book is true. He's
and
one of
it's
those
funny
guys.
because he's the one that said that his God is the only true God. So why can't we judge it based off of that basis?
Exactly.
Like, because then when we brought up, like, when you brought up uh, what was it that you brought up? It was something regarding to no water. It was the water bottle, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Well, how is this the goddess of rivers?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't claim God of the Bible. I made the claim. I said, sir, stop the bullshit. You just said, you
Exactly.
literally just said that the only true God is the God of the Bible. So how the fuck are you not making the claim for your God? Like, let's be
Exactly.
so for real. You're
They,
being disingenuous.
they always do that. They first learned about the Bible and they said, "Oh, that's proof of God." I'm like, "Okay, is this proof of Yemoja?" "Oh, I'm just saying a God, God." I'm like, "Come on, bro. Come on, bro." Backing off from the claim now.
Like,
What's going on, Brandon?
stop being so disingenuous.
Just
It's so annoying.
disingenuous as hell. What's going on, Brandon? How's it going? We chilling, bro. We chilling.
Thank you, Brandon. But literally, it's so disingenuous. Like, how are you gonna say that you're not making a claim for your God, despite you literally just saying that the God of the Bible is the only true God? Like,
Exactly.
sir, like,
What up, Caddy? What's going on, Caddy? Caddy,
mind
we.
you, I think that thought process is rooted in white supremacy as well. But
Oh
that's a whole
yeah,
other
yeah, definitely.
conversation.
That's another conversation, but it definitely is. It definitely is.
But outside of that, like, I'm like outside that, how the fuck are you not making a claim for your God if you don't believe any other God exists? Sir. Like, do you think we're stupid?
People think
And
we're
when I called
stupid,
it out,
bro.
you see how he couldn't argue that?
Ooh, here's a good one that Well Justice just brought up. Well Justice said example of how we know something in the Bible is wrong. He says the book of Deuteronomy mentions Moses looking out over the city of Dan, but the city of Dan didn't exist in the time of Moses, especially if he wrote the book. It shouldn't be there. Exactly. I remember hearing about that before. Well Justice is completely correct. The around the time where Moses was said to exist, the city of Dan did not exist, and not only that, the Pharaoh that he was supposed to exist under, the Bible actually gets the date that he was born wrong, because they said that he was born about 20 years before a certain temple was built, but that temple wasn't built until 1,000 years after the time of that Moses was supposed to exist. So it's wrong twice. It's crazy how wrong these things are, and people still believe it. When I found that out, that's one of the first things that I found out, that Moses probably didn't exist. Man, that blew my mind as a young Christian, like, cause I always thought that this was the story that proves the Exodus and et cetera, et cetera. And we have evidence that the Hebrews built the pyramids. And then when I found out that we have no evidence the Hebrews built the pyramids, no evidence that there were slaves in Egypt, we don't even have evidence of Moses, bruh. That blew my mind. I was like, bruh, that I had a crisis right then and there. It was such a big crisis. I was like, wow, everything that I used to believe is completely wrong. Insane. Oh boy, man. Y'all, I do appreciate y'all being here, especially in the YouTube chat. Uh let's see how many views I hit. About 81 the view in YouTube. So I'm gonna end this soon, y'all, because I gotta go ahead and get out of here. It's about to be 9:30. Well, 9:18 actually. This was actually the time that I wanted to get off anyway. Yeah, we have evidence of Hebrews in Egypt, but I don't think they were like in massive slavery the way that the Bible explains.
Like, be so for real.
Man, give me a second. Oh man. So all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. They were called Habiru, and they were mercenary soldiers, paid, not slaves. Burns says the only book the slaves were able to read was the Bible. How can I facts, Burns? How can you trust it? That's the only book that an enslaved person is allowed to read. How can you trust it? Can't trust it. Can't trust it.
And you know how, and I hate how they bring up Ethiopia. Like,
Mm-hmm.
every time we have conversations about Christianity not being an African Christian, sir, one, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was the oldest was found in Ethiopia, it did not originate in
Mm-hmm.
Ethiopia, and that has been proven. The Ethiopian Bible did not originate in Ethiopia. It was definitely brought there. Just because the oldest has been found
Mm-hmm.
did not mean it originated there. Second, as you brought up, there were thousands. I'm like, they had their own traditional practices of spirituality thousands of years prior. And second, and here's the most important part that I always bring up, it's irrelevant because we are not descendants of East Africans. We're descendants of West and
West
Central
Africans.
Africans.
Exactly.
So the spirituality that they would not be my ancestral spirituality any fucking way.
It wouldn't, bro. And you know what annoys me? I don't know if you saw my.
Because here's the reality: those who were products and descendants of the transatlantic trade, whether we're talking about in the Caribbean, Latin, and South America, or the United States, Black people are descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. Did not that I'm like that Bible and that religion did not originate in West and Central Africa.
Exactly. And
that
you
came
know,
across because of slavery. So you can try to wiggle away around all you want to around that. The facts don't change.
do not change. You know what's crazy to me when Black Christians bring that up too? I don't know if you saw my last video on this. Whenever Black Christians bring that up, I always say the same thing. You niggas don't follow that virgin. You do not follow that version. If
you are not following Ethiopian Christianity,
you're not following that version. What's crazy is that
you are following Western. You're following the slavery that, quite frankly, was passed down to you from your slave owners.
Exactly.
So that is not what you're at. That is not what you're practicing.
That's not what you're practicing. And what's crazy is that I've actually shown them videos of how Ethiopians practice Christianity, because the way Ethiopians practice Christianity is still very African. Like, they still have the face paint and everything. It's still very African, right? When I showed it to people, I said, look, this is a Christian ceremony. You know what they told me? That's demonic.
It's demonic.
That's demonic.
Yeah, people, listen, anything African, that is white supremacy. That is literally white supremacy. You want to convince me that Christianity is not white supremacy. You want me so bad to not believe that, and you're proving it in real time.
Proving it in real time. And it's like, bro, the people who practice the earliest form of Christianity who were Black, you call it demonic. So it's like,
I'm like,
y'all don't follow that.
You want to tell me that the version that you are practicing is not rooted in white supremacy and slavery. That mindset is literally white supremacy in a Black body.
It's crazy because I'm gonna tag you in that video that I made about this, because it's like I say it all the time.
I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I did see it.
But
definitely tag me in it, because again, it's so aggravating when they do that.
Is that because
it's just not genuine, and I cannot stand when they make half-ass arguments. Like, I don't like that.
Just half-ass, bro. All right.
It's so half-ass and it's so disingenuous because, again, one, it did not originate there. Second, y'all are not West and Central African, and that ain't the word y'all practice. Let's cut the bullshit.
Yes.
Because how your Black ass got Christianity is not how Ethiopians got
Christianity.
Like, let's be so for real. That's not how that happened.
You know, I was gonna say that's even more crazier. Even our ancestors, the one that were enslaved and brought over to the America and Caribbean, even they practiced a Christianity that was far more African than what we see.
That is true. I'm like, in fact, so I can't speak from obviously the Caribbean, but I can speak from the Black Americans' perspective. We have a thing, y'all have your own version, but we call it hoodoo. Black Americans call it hoodoo, and it's a lineage-based spiritual. It's not something that all Black Americans practice, but it is a Black American thing. It's based on lineage. And ancestry and stuff like that. That is African, and it has been and it's not exactly Christianity, but it was hidden under Christianity.
Yeah, synchronized.
And that's kind of how it survived.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny about that? But wifey made a video the other day, right? Because my wifey she practices Obia, Jamaican Obia, and it's the same thing. It's lineage based, and the same thing with Haitian Voodoo. It's lineage based, which is why whenever white folks try to do it, that shit don't work because it backfires badly. Yeah. So
because it's ironic. It's like, what answers do you think you're channeling? The ones that y'all enslaved, and you think they're not angry about that?
Exactly. Them answers is not gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? But she made a video the other day, right? She was like, "Hey, y'all, all of us who still follow HCRs, you know what I mean, the hoodoos, people who do Obia, people who do voodoo, people who do Santeria, we need to have a diaspora meeting, because the way shit is going, we all need to have a diaspora meeting, have all of our ancestors meet, you know what I'm saying, and shake hands, because we need to figure shit out. Because the way things are going in the world with white supremacy really back on the rise objectively now, Like we're gonna need some protection, and Christianity ain't gonna do it. All right, so we need the ancestors back to have our back. And I'm like, I've always wondered why, one thing that I've always wanted to do, like, after the batch cookout, I've always wanted the people who practice ATR to all, have a convention one day. Like everyone who practices
I
hoodoo.
think that would be really cute.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we could look at all the similarities and the differences between, the diaspora that we kept. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be nice because
Yeah,
I
because
haven't
Black
seen Hoodoo on the
Americans,
Wall.
like a lot of the Black Americans in Louisiana,
Hmm.
they're very well known for
Yeah.
practicing it because a lot of the Black Americans, like Louisiana Creoles are a subset of our ethnicity, and
Hmm.
then of course you have the Galageechee, and you know, the,
Hmm.
I'm like we have several like
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. We just
we
see.
have several Solani subgroups throughout the country.
Exactly. And they still do hoodoo and
And many of them do have their own version because that's the thing. It's based on lineage. It's based on
mhm,
I'm like, don't call me. It's based on a lot of different things, but one of them, the most common, is lineage. So,
mhm.
and like for example, if one of your parents are not descendant of Black American chattel slavery, you literally cannot practice hoodoo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It
it
won't
will
work.
not.
Mhm. Yeah, it won't work. So it's all lineage based. Yeah, I mean, which is really really cool. But I've always said that, like like all of these different these different practices,
all of
yeah, should talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like who knows what we got in common? See what I mean?
all of us would be. I think technically would the African spirituality on the continent because we all share that ancestry, but our little subgroups of like different Afro spirituality that's lineage based,
It's
so it
lineage
can't be
based,
practiced
exactly.
outside.
Oh, Bossy.
How's it going, Caddy? Yeah, it can be practiced outside of the lineages, but it will be interesting to see like what they all have in common and what practices that they do that are
You
different,
thinking like
stuff like that.
are you thinking like people like so are you thinking like people from those different lineage they come and basically like show
Hmm.
how it kind of
How
works?
it kind of works, exchange ideas, talk about it, be like, okay, in this one, this is the sigil that we have for this. And be like, oh, in this one, we have a similar sigil. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and talk to each other. I've always like thought like that would be interesting to see how everybody interacts and stuff like that. Of course, like a
Well,
Haitian
it's funny
mumble.
because my sister who's Muslim, it's funny because when Trump got into office, like,
Mhm.
so where was our Black American Louisiana girls? We need y'all to put a hex on that in that orange. It's like, where were you bitches?
Yeah, for real, man. For real, we need that. We need that hex again. Hey, Caddy, how's it going, Caddy?
How you going, man? I just want to clear something up from
Mhm.
in the TikTok comments. You got to understand, Europeans had at one point had their own indigenous practices and
They did.
indigenous faiths, from the Celts to a bunch of other ones. You know what I mean?
They
And
did.
the North and everything else. What happened was the Middle Eastern religions were on a colonizing power trip, and once they got the Norse and other people to get down and lay down with their religion, it was off from there. They had more power and they did more things. So I'm not gonna deny white people's parts in colonization, because the white people and Spaniards took part of that, and the Portuguese took largely part of helping
The
the Abrahamic,
Portuguese are white,
the Abrahamic
so
colonizer. The Abrahamic colonizers spread the religion of Abraham, the Abrahamic religions.
Mhm.
So that's historically accurate. So when you get to the bottom of it, Middle Eastern religions are really the head colonizer honcho religions. I mean, they spread through their doctrine, and they were able to gain empires as they did so.
Mhm.
So you're really dealing with, in my own opinion, you're dealing with religions that worship a warrior god, and they sacrifice to a warrior god. You know
That
what I mean? And
Yeah, that I've said the same thing as well. Yahweh is basically a warrior and storm god. So of course they basically put all the weather issues on Yahweh and have a warrior mindset of it. But what's crazy about it is that they didn't give us the warrior mindset. The black people didn't get the warrior mindset. We got the turn the other cheek, bow to your enemies type of mindset. That's what we got.
I mean, you
Quag.
really boil it Oh, hold on. I
You,
want to
you
add this. When you
see.
really boil it down, look at it like this: in God we trust is on the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism, right? Globalism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Westernization, right? And wars for these things is another form of sacrifice. When they say, "Oh, we're gonna thank you for your sacrifice to the troops," it adds more contextual layer. When you finally understand, they do a lot of symbology in their little book called the Bible or the Quran, and what they're really worshiping, when you really get to the critical thinking of these things, is they're worshiping a warrior deity, and they worship a warrior deity that takes human sacrifice, which is a taboo in a lot of indigenous practices, which got portrayed by Abrahamic historians as, no, these people were savages. They were just uncivilized, and we needed to civilize them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mode the Abrahamic
Which is
scholar wanted to.
ironic. Candy, you
Right.
wanna know what's ironic about that? The irony that I find when they say when Europeans said that Africans and natives, basically any non-white group,
Mm-hmm.
were savages and all of this. Here is what I find to be so ironic about it. It is plain projection because it was truly them were the true savages of
Mm-hmm.
it all. Okay,
It goes into it. People want to
true
own the word.
savagery was European, and it was Africans and natives and indigenous populations that literally civilized them. They didn't even know how to wash their ass correctly
They
before
didn't
they
even know
came
how to
across
farm. They
Americans
didn't
and
know how to
black
farm
people.
correctly. They didn't even know how to farm
Yeah, 'cause
correctly.
they know
You
how
know
to
what I
use
mean?
they knew how to use the soil, but when they brought Africans over, we
Like
knew how
they
to use the
they didn't know
soil.
how to season their food properly. Like, girl, please, all the colonization that y'all did, y'all still can't season y'all food properly. You think
You know what's
all that
something funny I
country
heard?
that y'all got to figure that out,
Yeah, I know
but
something funny I heard. Yeah, I was over. I heard they said that the British Empire conquered 25% of the planet looking for spices and don't use none of that shit. They don't use none of that.
Hey, that's
English
facts
food
though.
is horrible. English food is the worst shit I ever seen.
and of course, the black British love
Ugh.
to defend their British food and their queen, honey. They love that,
Y-
girl. Let's
Hey,
don't even get me
y'all,
started on
the
British.
brothers over there in the UK, y'all gotta, yeah, brothers and sisters in the UK, y'all gotta stop. Y'all know all y'all eat African and Jamaican food and Indian food over there. Y'all not eating any of that
Yeah,
English
right.
shit.
You ain't eating no beans on no fucking toast.
Y'all
Stop it.
not eating no beans on toast. Y'all not eating tuna with the beans on it. That's just disgusting, bro. Y'all not eating all that. Come on, man. I'm gonna invite Devin up real quick, but before that, Quag, you came up. Are you at least 18? And did you want to give us a good reason to believe in a God?
So I am over 18, yeah. So sorry, I came up just because there has been a lot of talk
Mm-hmm.
uh about people talking about paganism.
Mm-hmm.
Paganism is just a word for civilian or like country person. It doesn't mean to worship anything. It has morphed into that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to get you to believe in any god. I just wanted to
Oh,
clarify.
okay. God, I just want to clarify. Okay, not a problem. I appreciate you, Quag.
See, how I understood paganism is it's a complete slur about those type of people, and
Ooh.
they
So,
started using the word in a
hey, sorry,
derogatory
Caddy,
meaning.
Caddy, my bad, Caddy. I'd already dropped him. I thought he just wanted to say that. My bad, Quack. I just dropped you for because I thought you just wanted to say that. I know I was having a discussion. My bad. But yeah, I get what he's saying. It was used for civilian, and now it's used to, you know, cuss people out. I appreciate you. Hey,
Yeah. It's
gotcha.
used to cuss people out because the Abrahamics evolved it into that
Evolved
kind
into
of.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
now it's weird proudly amongst people who supposedly practice what's little to remain of indigenous faiths
Exactly.
In Europe.
Sophia J. Hold on, Kent. Sophia J. The England national dish is correct. How do you think that came to be? Could you be because of colonization of India? Like, what are you talking about? It being the national English dish of England is not is literally because of
Of
colonization.
India, yeah, it's because of colonization. It's because of India. But all right, y'all. Pause for me real quickly. Y'all give me a few minutes, Caddy and Kay. I want to talk to Devin real quick. Give me a few minutes with him, and then I'm gonna tag y'all in. All right. All right. So, Devin, how's it going, Devin? You
Yo,
said
what's
that
good, man?
without
Can you hear
God,
me?
Devin, hold on. You said, Devin, without God, we cannot justify logic, reasoning, or metaphysics. Are you at least 18? And can you give us a good, well, that's your reason for us to believe in a God? Logic, reason,
What?
and metaphysics?
Yeah, so, okay, mind me, if I stutter, I apologize. It's the first time I've ever done something like this, but hopefully my microphone sounds good and everything. Yeah, this like argument I'm making, it's not for like any specific God, it's just for God in general. So can I ask you like, do you like are you like agnostic? Do you just believe in a God, or do you have like any specific beliefs?
I'm an atheist, a atheist. I cannot say with 100% certainty that no God exists, but I don't believe in
Okay.
one because there's no evidence to show that one does exist.
Okay, yeah. And of course, like this won't be perfect from where I'm coming from, right? If I make mistakes, obviously point that out. This is just something I'm trying to like develop and everything. But this is like my claim so far. So without the existence of a God, it is not possible to give a justification philosophically for your worldview. God is necessary for things we take for granted, things like logic, reasoning, and metaphysics, and any attempt to ground these without God is purely subjective,
Yeah,
and
that's
everything
a
is collect. Yeah.
the problem is that's that number one, that's just an assertion that we can't demonstrate. But number two, even your claim of we can't ground it, therefore it's subjective, also applies to your God because you can't show
Yes,
that
and
one
so if
exists.
you're saying it's like circular reasoning, then I would argue that you're correct, but at the groundwork for most worldviews, it is circular, right?
All right, so
Or
what
you?
is I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean. So this you're saying that God exists because logic exists and logic exists because God exists?
No, I'm saying that if it's necessary that like objective truths exist, right? Like more like absolutes exist, is necessary for God to exist
Why?
because everything else would require, like, let's take for example things like logic or like knowledge. We can't really give us like a concrete objective view for it, because like for like science and stuff like that, like we have to have like objective, or not objective data, but we have to have like valuable data.
Mm-hmm.
But how can we have valuable data if what we are observing is subjective, right? We're like giving meaning into it. We're already pre-assuming meaning into what we're observing. Does that make sense? Sorry, if I need to like clarify that more, I'll try.
Um, it's I think I could see what you're reaching for, but this is more you're more going into like our sense experiences, right? But
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
we don't.
This is more for like a metaphysical claim, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like so, but the thing is when it comes to our sense experiences, that's really the only thing where we hit the wall on, right? We have to kind of go off our sense experience because we cannot show that we're not brains in of that. So that's really the wall that we hit. But just because like our sense experience, yeah, individually on our own it can't be trusted, but if we get enough data to collected to show that this is what seems to be the case, then that's what seems to be the case. That will be the truth of the matter. My issue with the argument of that we can't ground logic without God is just saying that because we can't solve the issue of not bringing a brain into that, therefore God, it just makes it a God of the gaps argument.
Would that not also be okay? So, sorry, I'm trying to think more. Again, this is the first time I'm ever like doing something like this. But would you like consider yourself like a materialist?
I don't really go off of philosophical terms because I don't really do the Phil bro thing, but
Okay.
materialist as in only the physical world exists.
Yeah. Let me search up like materialism and give you like an actual definition, not my definition, but like an actual.
I can look it up. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oops, that's my homework. All right.
If you search up, like, would that make sense to you? Yeah, just search up like materialism.
Materialism, a tendency to no, actually, materialism is the belief that reality is composed entirely of matter and physical processes. In a more common social context, it refers to value systems that prioritizes material. Okay, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about the philosophical one, the belief that reality is composed
Yes.
entirely of matter and physical processes. That's all the evidence we have of now. So, like,
Yeah.
I would say that I agree more with materialism because that's really the only evidence that we have of. We don't have any evidence of anything else.
Okay, and then if you think that, then do you think we could have like metaphysical stuff then? Stuff like more like morals, right? That's like the main one, like morality, right? You can't like scientifically analyze morals. right?
Yeah, morals is just the label that we put on interactions and decision making, which do
Okay.
physically exist.
So like this argument I'm making, it's really for only people who think, like morality is objective. Do you think like morality is objective or subjective?
Morality is definitely subjective. Even if a God were
Okay,
to
yeah.
exist, it's subjective.
Okay. And that's fine. Yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about then. Yeah, you can, again, there are much, it's called like the transcendental argument. There are much better people and smarter people than me, right? But I think it'll definitely be worth your time.
I've
So
heard this transcendental argument before. Yeah, it's bad too. No, but no worries. I do appreciate you though, Devin.
cool. So, all right, I gotta go, but thanks for having me on, man.
Not a problem.
Cool.
All right, guys. Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's a 9:40. It's been kind of a slow night. I mean, I appreciate it anyway, cause you know what I mean. It is what it is. But hopefully tomorrow we get way more guests, and we get to 30K again. And but I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and sign off. Caddy, tell the people where they can find you, Caddy.
Oh man, you can just hit up my TikTok. That's where you can find me. But Bosi is really good at doing this, man. He's been doing it for a while. I appreciate his contribution and keep doing what you're doing, Bosi.
Yeah, man. Caddy has a lot of good information on like kind of atheistic Hinduism, which is super interesting. But it's a lot, but it's really interesting.
Yeah,
But I appreciate Caddy.
I have information on atheistic schools of thought of Hinduism and more in-depth Hinduism as well, not just atheistic. I just use the atheistic Hinduism to talk to atheists.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's a lot of info. Kay, tell the people where they can find you, Kay.
Well, you can find me here on TikTok under KK Reloaded, either 2, 3, or 4 number, and you can also find my that's my main accounts. You can also find my other account. I think it's Michaela Raymond. It's something around there. You also are going to be able to find me very soon on the Black Atheist Coalition YouTube page that Volsi that Volsi runs. So I will be there making content under the Black Atheist Coalition very soon.
Very, very, very soon. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all real quick just for me to do my outro. But I definitely appreciate y'all being up here and enjoying the live with me. Y'all are amazing, but I am gonna go get out of here, guys. It's been a good night. It's been a long night, and it's been a slow night. But I appreciate Caddy. I appreciate Kay. I appreciate everybody who came up to talk to me. Shout out to Well Adjusted and Burns in the chat. Burns, Wolfpack in the house. I appreciate you coming through, Burns. And I appreciate Secular Smoke in the comments as well. But we are definitely gonna go get out of here, guys. Join me tomorrow night. I'm gonna go ahead and leave my number up this time, except instead of doing the entire, guest link thing, because that doesn't seem to work. But I'm gonna have my number up. All right, this is the number to call in. I'm gonna have that from now on, and we are going to have a night, y'all. Next Thursday, I'm not gonna go live because I'm with family. Friday, possibly. We'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my night. You guys enjoy your night. And this weekend, have a good one. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Remember to stay smart, stay observant. Remember that you're fallible and always remain thoughtful. All right. So be soft.